in the late 1970s, as Gary Gygax was creating Dungeons and Dragons, he was also creating a world. The world of Greyhawk. A world where wicked kingdoms threaten the fragile peace guarded by noble realms, where ancient demigods vie for power over the mortal world, where age-old orders threaten all of existence with apocalyptic cataclysms from a time of doom and legend. Against that tide of evil stands the Citadel, 6 adventurers supernaturally bound to legendary heroes of the past, and each with their own quest in the present. Alessa Amodovar, a pure-blood Sul and a refugee from the treacherous Scarlet Brotherhood, this pale, petite wizard guards the secret of a magical apocalypse. Merrick Saywolf, after losing his village and his fiancée to agents of the cult of Vecna, the towering blood hunter has made a pact he may yet regret with an infamous witch. Nilly Belovar, the daughter of famous half-elven minstrels who covertly spy for the elven realms. The songs of this young bard are as legendary as her colorful language and impulsive temper. Luciano Venturi, a cleric of Olidamara with a prodigious tolerance for alcohol, who carries the key to an arcane apparatus said to possess the power to imprison gods. Ilara and Calic Kelm, one elf, one half-elf, both raised by their elven father in a traveling circus. The rogue and ranger siblings now seek their own fortune, as well as the mothers they never knew. Together, they roll dice and role-play to shape the future of this wild and magical world. Together, they return to where it all began. Return to Greyhawk. And you're watching the Greyhawk channel, I think, maybe. I sure hope so. And wow, we finally made it. I am so sorry about, I'm not even sure what the problem was, but sorry about it. Just multiple crashes as we were trying to get things going. And now our music is not working. Are you guys hearing music?
Not anymore.
I am, but I'm
OBS, man.
Yeah, now it's working. Good grief. Hey, this is Return to Greyhawk, the show where we do a bunch of, oh my gosh, I'm so rattled. Somebody say something fun while I get my head about me. Good grief. I got such a crazy adventure ahead of us, and my head is just, is rattled. So somebody say something fun.
Michael created a new lollipop flavor.
Yeah. Tell us about this lollipop flavor, Michael.
I did? What flavor was that?
The Flavor Saver lollipop?
Yeah, the Flavor Saver lollipop.
Oh, yeah, that's, yeah.
How much are you drinking again? I thought you said you were only second glass.
What did you, did you have any consonants in what you just said, Bree?
No.
No.
He did not. He did not.
Sorry, I'm a little Okay.
Oh my god, player 6 gave us Divine Flavor.
Divine flavor already?
Flavor. Shame you changed the bar. It needs to say divine flavor.
That would be awesome.
Now it's official. It's divine flavor.
It's a lot like
so
pineapple.
Awesome. All right, we're going to focus now. We're going to get after it. You're watching the Greyhawk channel. This is Return to Greyhawk, the game that takes place in Dungeons & Dragons' original game world, birthed by D&D creator Gary Gygax, the World of Greyhawk. And each week we take the characters, settings, and scenarios that made D&D a worldwide thing back when I was a kid and reimagine them for players using 5th edition D&D now in 2018. We left off last week in a very intense moment, so I was about to say, so I'm excited to get started. No, guys, I'm just scared shitless. I have no idea. Where this game, this episode is going to go. I have absolutely no idea. So a couple of other housekeeping things. Please go look at our list of amazing creative partners.
Credits. The wonderful partners that we have that have provided us so much assistance with the art and our tokens. Does that help you, Shane? There you go.
Travis is helping me out here. And I just want to say that we are thrilled to be part of the RPG Academy Network. And so we are here to represent here. And part of
Shane,
that,
I hear, I just want to interrupt. If you're having fun, you're doing it right.
I am having fun. Because what is this? What is this?
What is that, Shane?
What the hell is this thing?
It's a shiny book.
It looks a lot like the art that you've been seeing online for this book that's coming out in a month but is not yet released. But oh, it smells. It smells home. It smells good. This is some good stuff.
Okay, all right. This is pretty low, Shane. I mean.
No, keep going.
Because we are part of the RPG Academy Network, we are participating in the Podcast of Foes. Yes, I know we're not a podcast. Don't bother me with details. But we are part of... How many people are in it, Calic? How many, like 20 some odd podcasts and streams?
A lot of names.
So my name's Michael. We haven't gotten to Calic yet. And yeah, there's 20... podcasts and streams, so I think it's 18 podcasts and 2 streams, including Return to Greyhawk.
Fantastic. So what's going to happen for us? I think we are the 20th. Is that correct? On May 20th, we're not going to do a special, different show. This is just in the course of our campaign. Some sort of creature from Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes is going to come against the party just in the course of our normal story. And it's going to be really, really cool. So actually, I think because we're at the end, the book will actually be out by that point. But we'll still be one of the first ones. Hard to say. So there you go. Who wants to do previously on? Anybody?
I think Bree should.
I was going to say, this seems pretty... No, Bree, come on. This is like your entire backstory arc right here.
Hey, remember when I tried to say that sentence earlier and what came out was
Yeah, but you just...
Oh, well, I mean, you have formed sentences since that time.
Yeah.
That's true. You've formed a few.
Thinking about it, like I'm going to over-enunciate the
You've grown as a person.
entire time. I also don't...
Ready to go.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember. No, because I don't remember what happened last week versus like the previous weeks. I don't know. I don't remember where we started.
Are you leading weeks to weeks? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Remember the blood orgy, Bree?
The blood orgy. Okay, I can do previously on. Just thought I might share.
The blood orgy.
The blood orgy. There we go. All right, so let's get some previously on music playing, some appropriate previously on music. Have we got it? Why aren't we playing that music? There we go.
3 divine flavor, by the way. 3
flavors to start with.
We've got 3 divine flavors already?
Yeah!
Holy crap.
Right?
That's just crazy. Why is my music not working tonight? Ugh. This is just going to be one of those tech nights. Good grief. Oh well. Dang it. Anyway. Let's try one last song, so none of the music is working.
Wu-Tang did 5K down.
Dang.
Right? Fucking cheers, you guys, to everybody.
Cheers to everybody. Awesome. So my technology is killing me, but my community is keeping us alive and loving us. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to click one more button, trying to get us music, and if it doesn't happen, then it just doesn't happen.
Hey guys, I might lose power sometime tonight. Okay, just forward.
How about you not do that?
All right.
Just say, you know.
Okay. Well, my apartment got struck by lightning this morning, and it's been storming since like at least 6 a.m. And we've just flickered 3 times.
Oh my
God.
God.
That's how you know. 3 times.
So this is awesome. So we're kind of at the end of a story arc. And Bree is at the middle of the story arc. She may lose power. I can't get music to play. It's really freaking stressful. But
What's
It
okay?
wouldn't be it if it wasn't Return for Greyhawk.
I can play Bree.
oh, that's right.
You know what? You probably could.
I can play Bree playing.
Do it.
Here we go. Previously, on Return to Greyhawk, the party has infiltrated the Bone Palace of Euse, the demigod, ruling over the entire northern quadrant of the Flaness from the dread city of Duraka. They infiltrated his palace through the sewers, cleaving their way through the dungeons, leaving bodies strewn everywhere, but they did manage to rescue a number of people who are near and dear to the party's heart. However, they did not find Nilly's parents, for whom this whole expedition was arranged. So, enlisting in the activities for the conclave, some mysterious gathering of Euse acolytes that's supposed to take place in less than 24 hours. The party are ushered upstairs where they do find Nilly's parents, perhaps beautiful and singing, just as she remembered them. But they started acting strange. They fell victim to bizarre convulsions and were obviously in some way not in their right mind. At that time, the party met Patch and Althea, the high priest and priestess of the Boneheart, and also Eclavdra, the high priestess of Lolth, who developed a strange, perverse attachment to both Nilly and Alara, who are, we should note, are disguised as drow. So, their little rendezvous with Nilly's parents was interrupted when a soldier came. General Ugrund came to announce the fact that some sort of ruckus had gone on in the dungeons, and several high-profile prisoners were missing. Althea went to go investigate, and High General Lord Sindol, leader of the Legion of Black Death, ushered everyone up to the throne room of Euse, where a bizarre ritual began to take place, a worship ceremony for Euse, which got stranger and stranger until finally multiple members of the party were stricken with an illness just because of the aroma of evil in the room. Several of them were nearly incapacitated, and at that point, Calic took action. He cast one of the stones given to the party by Mordenkainen, knowing it was some sort of a distraction and knowing virtually nothing else. Just that this would be some sort of distraction. There were two stones of that sort that were given to the party by Mordenkainen. One of them was for outdoor use and one for indoor use. Calic threw the one for outdoor use and filled the entire chamber of the throne room of Euse, filled it with a very convincing illusory apparition of Vecna, which caused absolute chaos. It is believed, though, that both Patch and Eclavdra saw through the ruse and eventually dispelled it, but not before the party ran downstairs as Nilly's Heartstone continued to lead her to another location where she was getting a signal that may be her parents. They rushed downstairs, they took advantage of the confusion, they went into a different wing of the dungeon, over which multiple cages, hung over a vast, bottomless pit. And it was in one of those cages that Nilly saw her father and approached him to make a connection. Thus begins Episode 18.
We have played so much of this goddamn game.
It's true.
We're legal now.
It is true. So, Bree, Nilly, you are now face to face with your father. To remind you, he is a shred of his former self. He's absolutely emaciated. His entire body is covered in oozing, pustulent sores, wounds, and blisters. Every inch of his skin. When you first looked at him, you did not recognize him. He recognized you, and it was that glimmer of recognition, of love and warmth, which finally clicked for you, and you knew that you had found your father. You can see across the pit, there's another crumpled pile of sores in one of the other cages. You do see a few shreds of auburn hair hanging from the sore-covered skull. The same color auburn hair that you can remember from your mother. And your father has greeted you with, "Oh, Kirill, why have you come to this place?"
Okay, so give me a little bit of physical context before Nilly makes any rash decisions. So,
her only decisions?
I'm like varying the level. Like how severe, because I don't want her to die on accident. I don't want to like fuck this up real bad. So Nilly's on Merrick's shoulders. How far away is the actual grate? Because she's holding it with one of her hands. How far away is the grate?
So the way this works is there's a massive pit. Let me zoom out so everybody can see it. Massive pit over which hangs 8 cages. I think they're called oubliettes. Is that what they're called? I'm not quite sure. But as you put your toes to the edge of the pit, a pit in which you can see no bottom, as you put your toes on the edge, you can reach out, and at the limit of your arm's reach, you can touch the edge of the cage.
Okay, so she's like leaning over. Merrick, I hope Merrick doesn't drop me.
Yes,
he's not here to drop
you're
me,
on
so
Merrick's shoulders. That is correct.
So if she pulls on it, does it move?
I think it's quite natural as you have grasped this to sense, oh boy, this thing swings. As you grab it, you can sort of pull it towards you a little bit, but it's attached probably 30 feet above, and so you can't really get it far towards you. And when you do, there's a lot of weight pulling you now towards the pit.
Well, Dad, I've come to save you. And I don't know how. And as her voice starts to rise, she just starts looking like in the direction of like Calic. Like, these are my parents! Find the fucking thing to get them down!
Kirill, you cannot save us. It is too late. And now you are here. You should never be in a place as foul and desolate, bereft of hope. My beautiful Kirill. He reaches out, this skeletal hand. You can see bone through a couple of gaps in his flesh across the back of his hand. You feel perhaps a little guilty that you can't help but be repulsed. It's just an instinctive reaction. He looks vile and diseased and absolutely withered. Miraculous that he's alive. And as he reaches towards you, you do see on his finger a black ring. It's a really wide ring, so it goes from his knuckle. It covers the entire lower segment of his finger. And you've seen that ring before. Leotin Hax has one of them.
Dad, I had to come save you. I think it's stupid for you to think I wouldn't. And I'm gonna get you down. We've got extra bodies. We'll take care of you. Don't worry. Merrick, put me down. We need to get them out. We need to get them out. Just put me down.
And at that point you hear, Kirill? baby, oh, baby. A voice comes from across the pit, the other side. The pile of oozing sores that has collapsed in the bottom of this cage has now risen slightly and twisted around to turn and face you, to face your direction. She's completely naked, but it's impossible even to tell her gender because the condition of her body is so tortured and abused.
It's me, Mom. But don't worry. I'm gonna get you down, and I'm gonna get you out.
Carinel, don't stay, baby. Run. The thought of you, free and beautiful, has sustained me. Please don't waste time. Go. Know that we love you. Go now while you can.
And she smashes her hand really hard on Merrick's arm to like lower her. And she goes, well, that's bullshit, Mom, and you know it. You told me never to give up, and I'm not going to give up. I have trudged through shit and corpses and demons, and I'm here, and I'm going to take you home. And I can do this. I'm going to bring you home.
Carinel, I love you. And the form just slowly slides down the grate and becomes inert.
Nilly looks at who is standing next to me, Elisa and Merrick. You're like, all right, guys, we're gonna find a way to get them down. We're gonna find a way to get them home. We're gonna put them in those new bodies. Let's just get the fuck done with it. And she just walks off in some random direction to try and look for something.
So let's
Gene, how many feet are they up in the air?
About 8 feet. The taller characters can reach up and grab the bottom of the cage, but barely touch it. Let's jump over to... Go ahead, continue.
I was going to say, brother, if you hold on to a cage, I'll climb up you. Just like we did in the circus.
Just a second. Luciano, can you put the portals right in the cage?
So, the bottom of the cage looks like it's like, what, 10 feet up off the ground?
8 feet.
8 feet.
8 feet. The very bottom of the cage. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to... I mean, I'm not comfortable about getting on somebody else's shoulders, but that's really the only way we can do this.
Do you want to show me how to use the necklace, or is it just you?
No, I mean, you can if you can get up there and we can hold you up there. I don't think it matters if I'm using it or not. It doesn't. Shane, out of character question, real quick. I don't recall it ever needing attunement. I don't think it's a part of the specs that you gave me on it. No. So I can just.
But you've also, I will also say that you've never materialized the gate in an occupied space.
I have a DM question.
Yeah.
So, I can cast Tiny Hut Ritual if everybody is outside the hut. They essentially can't come in, causing a solid surface that they run into. Could we use that to help block up or boost up for more stability?
That's a cool creative idea. Yeah.
It's a 10-foot radius.
Yeah.
So
you're kind of creating a 10-foot dome. It is spherical, which means that's kind of tricky. Well, it's slippery, I suppose. It's just a force shield. So you'd be basically standing on the top of a ball.
Do we have any rope? Does anybody have any rope? Can we just pull on the cage so that it swings
How are the cages secured to the ceiling? They're hanging by chains, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah.
And as you
So
look
you
up
just-
the chains, you see winch apparatuses up there. You see gears and...
So there has to be...
So
There
if
has-
I
there
remember
has to be a
correctly, at
control
this
room in
point,
Yeah.
Calic and Luciano were at this door. I was trying to
And
get
you
through
still
the
are.
door.
I see it.
I'm trying to get through that door.
Okay. So tell me what you're going to do to get through that door. Are you just turning the knob and opening it?
Well,
how are you proceeding?
I do not recall. Did we do a check for traps on it before?
I don't remember that you did. I don't think that you did.
I look over at Calic and I'm like, "Can you check this thing for traps?"
No, but my sister can. I'm going to go look for that control apparatus in some of these other places.
You don't think it's behind here?
Alara, come here.
1 second, brother.
No,
Alara-
we kind of need you post now, please.
Ilara just wants to look around this area that she's in real quick before she runs out.
Okay. So you are... Let's go to where you are. Yeah, none of my music is working. So that's really frustrating. There we go. So you are at... Let me give you just a smidge more visibility here. There you go. So you can actually see that there's a big wooden door there.
Brother, I have a door over here I was going to open. Do you insist on that one first?
Open it. We need to find the control room. These things are obviously controlled by something around here.
Laura is going to check for traps as she opens this door. She doesn't want a poison needle in it.
All right. So go ahead and give us that check, please.
Is that our perception?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
Yeah. A
12.
perception. Nice. Very nice. So as you swing the door open, you feel like, yeah, I don't think there's any traps here, but here we go. We're going to swing this door open. And as you swing the door open, you see the passage goes about 20 feet ahead of you. Directly in front of you, there are two open doorways. Not doors, just doorways. And so inside, as soon as the door swings open, you can see that inside one are some crates and some barrels in the other. Just kind of it looks to be a couple of storage areas of some sort.
Alara is going to very stealthily proceed as quickly as possible. She wants to get Nilly's parents the fuck out of here.
Okay. So you're going to walk through that little section there. All right, let me open that up to your view. So as you stride, whether confidently or not, definitely swiftly forward, you step into a very large room. This appears to be not necessarily a barracks, but a room in which soldiers hang out and wait, or guards. There's tables strewn with food. There's a pot in the corner over which something is bubbling and cooking. There are a number of crates and barrels around. There's a sleeping pad. Most notably, there are 3 large orcs and a man, all of whom turn to the beautiful drow who has just strode into the room.
Maybe now would be an opportune time to notice that Luciano was just left all by himself. Nobody answered any of his questions and tried to check the trap or nothing. He's sitting there, so he just... Whatever happens with this, Luciano's at the door and he's opening the door.
Okay.
Great, so we're gonna fight 6 mobs. Fantastic.
So let me
Obviously
go
the
and
wrong
see.
door.
Let me see what Luciano discovers as he steps forward and swings a door wide. Let's reveal
He's
that.
just sitting there waiting, and he's like, "What the?"
You just
fuck?"
go in.
and just goes in.
Enemies from both sides. We rock.
So as you open the door, you see that there's a small landing here, and then stairways that lead both to the right and to the left down into a large room, a very large room. You can see.
So is that a door that opens like this?
It opens into the room.
Oh,
It
so they
opens
can
into
see
the
it.
room.
Yeah, yeah. So through.
So I would see first thing would be that orc in the corner.
Yep.
Would be like.
Yeah, there is a prison cell off to the side, and the bars of it are the gate of it is completely open. So maybe it's unused, but there's an orc who does have a sword on him, who's lying on a mat, and he kind of looks up, bleary-eyed, and then seeing the Boneheart priest in the doorway, blinks and sits upright.
And I just look over and I yell at him, have you seen any escaped prisoners?
Oh, and he starts to dash your direction. He's like hitching his belt up as he comes, and as he dashes towards you, you also hear some other noise to your left, and that's the point at which these two humans come into view, standing on the floor down on the landing. So they're your feet are about as high as their heads, and they're looking up at you and says, and one of them says, escaped prisoners?
Yes.
Did they
heard the notice?
Not yet. We've not heard the notice. We've just been going about normal protocol with the hourly tentacles. Just the usual.
You are useless. Go sit down. Don't move. And he slams the door shut.
Let's do a persuasion check on that.
Can he do persuasion or intimidation, so he can choose which one's his highest? Because I don't know what his highest.
I'm not sure.
Whichever
makes
you
a
choose.
Difference, Bree.
Yeah, whichever you choose. If you have a preference, then by all means.
What are my options, Shane?
Intimidation or persuasion. I will go with either.
Is seduction an option?
Yeah, is seduction an option here?
Sexy
He's gonna, like,
teasy
grab
talk.
his, like-
Is that an option?
Gross.
Oh, nice!
Whammies!
Nice. Very good. Very good.
Except that's a perception and not a persuasion.
Fuck, you're gonna roll a 1 now.
Please try it again.
Let's try this the right way. That's more appropriate.
There you go. Dag. Wait. Why is that not updating for me? There we go. 7. All right. Fantastic.
That's Luciano style.
So you slam the door, have a moment of, and you can hear conversation from the other side of the door. Now that people are actually rolling some dice, I apologize, I was a little flustered with all the technical difficulties at the beginning. We are 3 divine favors in. So we are going to pause briefly and distribute favor that was generously granted. I'm going to pull up, let's pull it up here so everybody can see it. We're going to roll a D... Oh, I wonder if I can roll a D5. Huh. Let's try that. 1D5.
Nope.
No, it doesn't. All right, so I'm going to roll a D6. If it shows up on Josh, who is not there, we're going to, even though his character is still present, I'm going to grant that divine favor to somebody who is present with us. If that makes sense.
Berja. I'm kidding, I love him.
There we go. 5, which in our current layouts would be Michael. Calic receives divine favor. Would you like to roll your D6 for divine favor?
Certainly.
Certainly. Go for it. And that is... Calic rolls a 3. And the gods bless you with perfect skill, which is a nat 20 that can be used as any ability check. And your ability check bonuses still do apply. So you've got a minimum of a 20 that you can apply to an ability check. Next roll. Here we go.
Come on, baby.
Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
No whammy, no
5.
whammy, no
Oh my
whammy,
gosh.
Oh,
Calic
hashtag rigged.
again.
Hashtag rigged.
Hashtag, yeah. Hashtag hack the system. So roll us again.
Let's see what we got.
D6 again.
Wow.
Ooh. Divine efficacy. A D20 roll that can be added to any single damage or healing. Nice. And the
what was that
last
called again?
divine efficacy.
If it lasts more than 4 hours, I have to call a cleric.
That's right.
I'm sharing. I thought I had already shared this note with everybody, but there it is now. So now you've all got a version of this.
I just remember this without the fancy names.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't named it the first time I shared it with you. So here we go again. Our last divine favor roll is a 6. Since we've gone with Michael twice with the 5, we're just going to re-roll that. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there we go. Come on, a 2. 1, 2 is Josh. Oh, no, it's May.
Well, if we skip Josh, it's May.
It's
May.
May.
It's
Yay, May.
Yay!
Yay.
Hit us with that D6, May.
We're already halfway there to our next divine favor, by the way. Hey, guys.
Good Lord. Insanity. All right, so 3 for you, and divine favor is, again, perfect skill. And that 20 that can be used as any ability check, and you do retain your bonuses up on top of that bad boy. There you go.
Hey. Awesome.
So I think what I'm just going to do with music is I've got one song that's actually working, and so I've got it on loop. So I'll try to find other songs as the night goes on. So,
Nice one.
Luciano, you have closed the door, rushed up to Calic. As
You dang right, I got out of there.
As you closed the door, you did hear conversation beginning on the other side of the door. As you rush up to Calic, what do you say to him?
Dude, okay, we are on a time limit. We gotta get this thing moving.
What happened? What was in the door? What did you
There's
shoot?
an orc and 2 dudes in there that
So
may
command them
have...
to let them down. Look
What?
at you. Command them to release them.
Yeah.
Tell them you're taking the prisoner. Come on, man.
Okay, then he just turns right around. He's like, this isn't gonna go well, but fine. You know how this goes. And he's just muttering to himself, and he's not taking... He's just gonna take his time with it.
And Calic kind of yells over to Luciano. And when Luciano turns back, Calic like kind of puts his back up straight and puffs out his chest.
As soon as Luciano gets to the door, he just opens it like he opened it the first time.
And you swing the door open wide, and there are 2 humans in what you definitely now recognize as sort of the utility clerical robes, not of Boneheart caliber, but the robes of some sort of acolytes of Euse, and a big orc, and all of them kind of have the expression of like. And now we're going to swing over to Alara. What's happening over there? I love when everybody separates and I get to do this.
So, Shane, you have to remind me. Alara knows it, but Danny doesn't. What is the name of the beautiful blonde high priestess?
Althea.
Althea. Althea has demanded me to guard the wench that holds these prisoners. There are escapes on the loose. Where is it?
So this orc kind of stammers a little bit. These 2 on the other side stand up, and this human hops up from a table where he was polishing weapons and comes over to you and says, "Excuse me, I'm afraid I don't know you. Please." And if you would, before you say anything else, let's go ahead and have, again, you can choose an intimidation or a persuasion check.
Sure, we are going to persuasion.
Hey,
It's not
you
much
know
better.
what, Shane?
Yeah.
Do I have the ability to gift my perfect skill to somebody?
Well, we're kind of in unprecedented territory. Yeah, why not? Let's make it fun.
I think,
All right,
I
baby.
think Michael's gonna gift myself, me being Michael.
Me, Michael.
Yeah,
Me, Michael.
This guy with this thumb is going to gift my perfect skill gift to Danny.
Good
Ah.
brother.
So that
So,
is a 20. And your bonuses on top of that. So what with that divine favor
it would be
benefiting
a 24.
you, what do you say now?
Say, you heard me. Althea sent me. All right. Danny problem again. The name of the high priestess Drow. I gotta take notes.
Althea.
Althea.
You said it right.
Oh, but the Drow. The one that wants to
Althea.
fuck. Oh, okay. I am Althea's guest. Tell me where the wench is, or the prisoner's bloods will be on your hands.
Well, it's right here. And he reaches out a hand. Let's zoom in, and you can see right next to him is a lever sticking out from the wall. It is in the up position now.
Very good. You are dismissed. Get out of here. You'll only be in my way.
Yes, ma'am. Excuse me. I did not mean to be displeasure at all. And this man becomes fairly mewling, and his physique shrinks as he goes by you. He opens the door and walks out into the room. As he does that, go ahead.
Alara's gonna yell, "Let them pass! I've dismissed them! Ignore my fellow comrades."
So this human looks about, sees all of these other folk around, and starts to walk this direction, heading over here. And at that point he goes, "Excuse me, someone is dead."
These things happen! Ignore it!
Luciano, so these three... I'm not even going to make you roll for that.
Wow!
So Luciano, the door swings wide. Three creatures who can only be described, their expressions can only be described as incredulous, are looking at you. And the smaller man, the one who did not speak the first time, says, "No, what, excuse me, what is happening? What brings a member of the Boneheart down to the halls of the pit of torment?"
Have you heard about the conclave? Have you heard about the special prisoner that's supposed to be delivered to the conclave?
Oh, no, we of course, yes,
Do you
have
know that
heard
she is
of
not
the conclave.
being slayed during the conclave? She is not where she is supposed to be. She is missing, hence the loose prisoner.
Oh, we have certainly not been notified of that. Let's have another persuasion. Or intimidation, whichever you do. Make it a good 5. Let's roll a 5 this time, please.
Persuasion is what I'm gonna go for.
So he says, well, what should we do? I assume we should remain to guard these 2 prisoners.
We need those prisoners down. One of your cohorts is already dead. Go over there and assist him.
Oh, goodness.
And I'm looking at the orc pointing behind me over to where Alyssa's at.
Yes. Oh, goodness. How could the pit of torment be breached? Please, come. And he motions to his fellows, and all of them sort of scurry around you and very quickly make their way over to their fallen comrade. So now we've got all of these folks. Alyssa, you are now kind of in the middle of a pack. You've got 3 folk who have run over to you, 1 other who has come. You're standing next to the dead guy. They all do notice your robes, which designate you a member of the Bone Shadow, and they initially respond deferentially. But they also look to you for direction. They're looking at the dead person. And then the one that spoke to Luciano looks up at you and says, so what shall we do with him? And how can we protect our prisoners here?
Well, this is a very wide open location. You're going to take them down, and we're going to go back into the room that you were in.
Oh.
If it's a closed quarter with 1 egress point, it is more difficult to get in and out of.
Yes, that makes sense to me. Absolutely. So I will go and lower the cages. But at this point, we're just going to go back up to Ilara. You're standing there at the lever.
Yeah. Is it easy to figure out?
Yeah, it's a lever. It seems to only have 2 positions, up and down. No intelligence check required.
He's going to totally pull that lever and get them down.
Okay, so the lever resists your pull for just a beat, and then it gives and slaps down with a... And even from where you are, you can hear of the chains unrolling, unspooling. So all of you who are in this larger chamber, all of these cages are now beginning to lower. And they don't do so smoothly. It's loops of chain that are unwinding, so they bounce down. The cages are swaying back and forth. And finally, the cages come down about 8 feet, so that the bottom of the cage is level with the floor. So all of you could reach out, and about it's only about 18 inches, and could grasp the cages, but they're still suspended over blank space.
So all we need to do, okay. So all we need to do is, Ilara can unlock the cages. She can pick lock them, and then Merrick can pull them out. He's strong, right? That's easy, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. And she's just saying that in front of, like, really loudly with these guys behind her. She's just, like, reaching for them.
The gentleman behind you says, "Oh no, I have keys here. No need to pick the lock. Absolutely no need." And
Nilly,
he jingles the key ring.
Nilly marches up to him, and in her most intimidating voice, I will probably roll a 2, she goes, "If you do not unlock both of those prisoners and put them on solid ground, you will be in the pit next."
"Oh, gracious one, I will certainly," and looks over at Alesa, looks across the pit at Luciano. This man's brain is obviously swimming and spinning. Yes, I would most, yes. And finally approaches the cage where Merrick still stands. So the big orc steps aside. And you can hear rattling, cha-ching, cha-ching, as he's going through the keys, trying different keys in the lock. And at that point...
I'm so afraid what's going to come out of this fucking pit.
At that point, these doors here slam open, like whack! Like they go all the way around and hit the walls on either side.
Which
so hard. One's down here.
The bottom of the chamber.
Fuck!
They swing open so hard they smack. One of them actually cracks and hangs only on its lower hinge now. So it's kind of hanging off to the side. And standing in the doorway, you see stepping through the doorway, you recognize there's a woman who's got some sort of collar around her throat. It's a steel collar, and you can see blood running down her neck. The collar is attached to a chain that's being held by High General Sindal. And flanking this woman on both sides are Althea and Patch, the High Priest and High Priestess of Euse. And this woman, she doesn't look great, but now you do recognize her. This was Kui Khan, the bone heart that you killed as you were releasing Leotin Hax. Her hair is all askew. The chain that she's on, the general gives it a yank, and blood runs down as if something inside the collar is lacerating her. And she extends a quavering finger and looks about frantically. This one too. Yes, these are the ones. They caught me unawares. I did not know. Please, mercy. I will punish them. I will live to punish them forever. And Sindal starts to choke her back and pull her to the side. And at that point, why is this not updating for me?
If he says roll for initiative, I'm just okay. It's bye. Good night, guys.
Thanks, Bree. Rest in peace already.
Let's refresh.
Love it.
Roll 20. My goodness, everything
You
is
are aware where we're at with spell slots, right?
going crazy.
Yeah, like one.
All right, so let's see
No, literally,
if
that's
they...
just
Okay,
one.
there they are. Now our viewing audience can actually see those people. So there they are. And at this point, Sindal pulls Quikan back and holds her by the chain against his massive body. And Potch steps forward. He places his hands on the bars in front and says, "Well, this is strange. Why have you come to the pit of torment? You must desire suffering. Suffering that will become legendary. Songs will be written about your agony." And Althea steps through the gap and begins crossing in this direction. Anybody want to say or do anything?
Yes. Can I hear this happening in the back or just some rustling? I was going to say this anyway, so
hear it.
this is not metagaming.
So
I was going to say this anyway.
Let's go back to the moment that you pulled the lever and you heard, and so the bars are down.
All right, I was
What do
going
you
to
do
say,
at that point?
guard this lever with your life. Do not let anybody touch it. There are imposters in the house. Start.
So the orc
this way to
that you
help
spoke to turns to the others and says, "Guard this lever with your life. Don't let anyone touch it or I'll kill you." And so you're going to rush through the doorway? Is that right?
I was going to go help get the parents out, so I don't know how far I'd make it with all this happening, but I was headed that direction.
I would say that you would make it into this large chamber.
Okay.
So you'd make it to here.
Okay.
You can't go through those bars. So you would make it, I would say, to right there, the area that I'm pinging, as the doors blow open. So yes, you were present for the entrance of Quikan and the accusation of the group.
If there is any way I would be able to roll whatever, because I would have, as soon as I would have seen this, I just would have slinked back in the doorway right here, since it's already open.
So let's do stealth to see if you could slip in there unnoticed. Drum roll, stealthy stealth. Nice. So the doors blow open. You see that woman's black hair, and you have just a beat of, oh shit, and you essentially vaporize behind the door. So you have closed the door. Perhaps are you peeking out? Describe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to be doing. I kind of want to have it kind of crooked, so I could see and hear a little bit of what's going on out there.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, as you do that, Potch begins to stride along the circle this direction, as Althea continues in that direction. And the General Ugrund, that you remember from the party, essentially, starts to follow Althea. Quikan and her captor begin to follow Potch. So they're slowly coming around both sides towards you. Anyone else?
Can you?
There's a lot of silence going on.
Shane, could you bring
Yeah, that's how you tell we're nervous.
So,
Could you just ping the cages? I'm sorry, that the parents are in?
Yeah, that was going to be my question, because Kalik was going to go to the cage that Nilly's mother was in.
That one is here, Kalik.
Okay, so yeah, that's where Kalik was going initially when those cages got lowered.
So we could say that you were there by the time these folk entered.
All right.
Are we in initiative, or can I make a move?
You, at this point, combat has not started.
Okay.
We are
Please, I don't want it.
We are in.
I want to get
a role play situation at this moment.
All right. Well, she is just gonna. Alara wants to get over to her brother.
So, and Calic is going to make the effort to kind of pull the cage in toward the stone, and start hacking away at that lock with his hand axe.
Oh, okay. Wow. So the issue is, it doesn't. The floor of the cage, you discover as you try to pull it over, it's not like it lowers so far that you could pull it to the side, and as it continues lowering, you set it on the stone. The thing is, it continues to be freestanding. It's just accessible now. It's only 18 inches away, but you could still hack at it for sure.
So that was so I could effectively pull the cage toward me so that the opening was over the stone, but it's still hanging.
Yes.
And then with my other hand, start just whacking at the lower latch.
All right, so you're just going ting 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 ting, which is
I'm
loud. It's a loud and very insistent kind of sound. Let's do,
Hurry up! My mistress wants her plaything.
Let's call it do a strength check.
All right, here we go.
Athletics, I suppose. Strength is fine.
Oh, no.
So you're just going ting 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 ting.
Did you say athletics? Because I'll roll that.
That's all right. There's not a meaningful difference unless you have proficiency in that, which I assume you don't.
Yes.
Really? Okay, go ahead.
I do.
Back.
Yes, I do have athletics proficiency. So I will do
fantastic.
Damn!
So, tang, 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 and there's a final one. You kind of cut a groove above this lock. Finally, one goes, and the head of your axe lodges, and you just shove it this way, and then there's a ping, and some piece from the apparatus falls, hits the bottom of the cage with a tang, and falls out and hits the side of the pit as it slowly disappears down into blackness. So by the time Potch shows up, essentially behind you here, you have opened the cage. And he says, "So we're looking for more prisoners to liberate. So frantic to do good. Please, calm yourself. We mean you no harm. We wish only to parley with you. Please, please." And at this point, Althea steps through this gap and looks over at Alesa. And at the sight of her, these three here just slink back. They're just like, okay. And they slink all the way back to that wall, as does, as does this guy. Just gives her a wide berth. She doesn't do more, she doesn't actually make eye contact with them, but looks at Alesa. And she says, Bone Shadow, I thought I knew all your ranks, yet you are unfamiliar to me. Please, who are you? And the dragon is out at this point.
Yeah, I telepathically called him back to wrap around me, but up on my shoulder.
On your shoulder. What a fine familiar you have. I have never seen anything like it. Please, what is your name and what are you doing here?
I'm here as part of a job. My name is of no use to you.
I will discern that. And as she says
couldn't
that,
discern who I was or my dragon.
there's a slight stretching of her lips across her face. It might be a smile, but it denotes no level of mirth or warmth. And Quikan says, "Yes, all of them here. I know these. They hurt me."
Kill her again, please. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for you. I don't have time for you. I don't have time for you. Can we just fucking leave? We won't bother you anymore. Don't fucking bother us. Let me go home.
And Althea walks up to you after this outburst, this mini tirade, and says, "So beautiful, yet so shrill. It's distasteful, my dear. And yes, perhaps we will let you leave. However, we are missing prisoners, and appear to have caught you in the act of releasing yet more. We don't see the prisoners. Where are they?"
That is a good question. I'll have to find the party leader and ask them. I don't fucking know. I'm here for 2 prisoners. I'm here for these prisoners. I don't fucking know about the rest. You're gonna have to look around. I would help you because I don't fucking care about anything else, but I really don't know. I'm sorry.
And she frowns. Again, it's more like the corners of her mouth turn down. It does not affect the rest of her face. So she says, "Pity that you could not be useful. You will regret that soon." Calic wants to do something.
From behind Nilly, there is a low growl, and it grows louder. And Nilly realizes that it's not because the volume's getting higher, it's because it's coming at her. And from behind Nilly, Merrick straight up bull charges.
Can I react to run backwards as he does that? Please, can I react? Please?
When Nilly peers over her shoulder, there is a giant orc with a flaming blade bearing down.
Yeah, no, Nilly goes prone and slides over here.
I will give you that. And now, let's all roll for some initiative, folks. What?
I think Josh would be proud.
I hate that
No spell slots. Oh, we have some HP.
I think so. All right, so here we go with some initiative, y'all.
Go team.
Oh,
Go team.
gosh, all of my character sheets closed.
Shane, can you roll initiative for Merrick?
I can. Let me adjust this volume here real quick.
Did I not select my fucking token?
He hasn't opened yet. I just realized.
I'm not positive, Danny, if you have ever gotten
I
your
did.
character into initiative order successfully. You are a highly skilled player, but that seems to be very difficult.
The turn order needs to be cleared.
Oh,
Yeah.
Calic, you didn't either. Ha
Yeah, I did. The turn order. Mine's in the turn order.
The turn order needs to be cleared. All right, there you go.
So Shane,
Yep.
I'm keeping that. Fuck.
from
I'm keeping
where my
mine, too.
position is,
Keep it.
could I abstain from initiative until I hear or see somebody go down? Would I mean, or I don't know. Maybe I
My
can do it.
gut is to you have not been detected, so you can either choose to enter initiative now and just hold your action every time, or I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Okay.
Really put me.
What?
There we go. All right, so let me roll initiative for all these fine folk. And this fine folk.
Bree, how did you get yourself in there for that? Oh, it went in.
Initiative for this. And the last initiative for General Ugrund. All right, there we go. So at this point, yeah, there we go. There's our initiative. Is anybody missing from our turn order?
Yeah, could you add me for a 20, please? Unless you tell me how to add myself.
So Danny, if you just roll initiative again, you can click on yourself and change your initiative in the turn order.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
There you go. There you go.
Look at me, Abby.
Fantastic.
Self-sufficient.
Ooh, there we go.
Can I change it? Click it.
Put the number
Click
in
it,
there. Yep,
change
there you go.
it. There you go. All right. So, seeing Merrick rush. Go
That
ahead.
looked a lot better before you resorted the turn order.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Yeah, that's pretty rough for you guys. So, as the orc has rushed the high priestess of Ews, General Ugrund bellows and dashes towards Merrick, his battle axe behind him going tang, 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 tang on all of the bars of the gate. But then he turns the corner and rushes at Merrick. Just for clarity, I'm going to move Merrick to right there. And unfortunately,
So
go ahead.
Merrick did not get a surprise round on the whichever one that one is.
Also, can I request an
Let's
hour break
do-
before we get into this? I need a minute to like.
So, surprise. Let's take our 1 hour break before we get into this. I will consider that, and then we'll see. Then we'll get back into it. We'll see what happens.
All right.
So, wow, crazy guys. Players, you can go ahead and go. I do want to take just a moment and acknowledge the crazy folks that caused 3 divine favors within our first few minutes of playing the game. Mercy. So Altair Wolf, Mr. Player 6, Opera Geek, Skirman, Sinton, Wu-Tang Piglets, all of them basically poured bits into the channel. And I do want to say a special thanks to Wu-Tang, who just lost his mind, quite honestly. And so all of our players, as they head into this intense... Okay, so we're fighting with General Ugrund from the Legion of Black Death, the High General Lord Sindal, the leader of the Legion of Black Death, and the High Priest and High Priestess of Ews. Yeah, so they're going to need that divine favor. So thank you all so much. Also, we've had a lot of new people follow. There was Mushmouth Media and Soul Bear Productions, Rav Bunny, Owls Claire Sense, Conditions, a Wolverton, and Euro Twins. So fantastic. If you guys are, I still see some names in chat that I don't know. Go up and hit the follow button, and we'll be back in just a moment.
caution.
Cool.
And
Yeah. So you guys are listening to my players frantically metagame as they are trying to figure out what the heck they're gonna do.
I could use mass suggestion and have them all walk into a room that we could lock while we.
Secrets are no fun.
At 9th level, it lasts for a year and a day. If I say go sit in that room and wait,
Mass suggestion's not a bad idea at all.
what do you guys think? You think we should do that, or should we try to kill him?
The problem I see with mass suggestion is I'm fairly sure all these dudes are high enough that they're gonna walk right through.
Because I don't have a high saving.
But it's a level 6.
The
How are
wisdom
we
saving
supposed to
throw.
get back? I forgot.
Yeah,
Like,
it
legit.
could be.
How
Click
what?
your heels 3 times and say, "Get me the fuck out."
You were not given a plan by Mordenkainen as to how you could escape. He did give you the spells of astral projection. He did give you a warning. I'm saying this as much for the folks in chat as for Alara. He did give you a warning with those spells that everything is unstable in the neighborhood of Daraka because of the numerous open gateways to the abyss. He said that if you use these within 20 miles of the city, you may just go to the abyss. It's hard to know. It's just very unstable because of these. Essentially, the fabric of space has been torn by all of these open, long-standing portals to the abyss. So it would be a risk that you run. So hey, how are you guys doing here in chat? We are back on Return to Greyhawk as the party faces absolutely legendary enemies. I really should have crept the volume up without telling any of them and let you guys listen to all of their frantic metagaming as they try to figure out how exactly they're going to play this situation. Calic is about to say something. Nope. Okay.
I just had a brilliant idea, but I'm not saying it out loud.
Boo.
Okay, so I have decided I'm just going to give you that. It's a givey. So Merrick charges forward.
All right.
The High Priestess Althea spins around, wide-eyed, absolutely confused that what appears to be a large but common orc would charge her with a flaming sword and attack. So you get a free attack.
All right, just
on Althea.
I have to look at one thing real quick before I dive in here. Because I'm not 100% familiar with them.
Yeah. You probably received a
there's a
long
little-
list of instructions as to how he would behave in this.
You know, I will give Josh credit. He did send me a messenger note that was about 3 or 4 scrolls long. There's a lot of detail, so he gave me a lot to go on. I love it. And yes, Wu-Tang, I'd like. Just to answer him from a little chat message. He knows what I'm thinking. All right, so we're gonna do this. I believe. Yes, he does get 2 attacks.
Okay.
So we're gonna do.
All right. So tabletop and chat.
What?
There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. So he rushes forward, flaming sword brandished high overhead with some sort of guttural roar. Do you want to give us that? What would Josh do?
I am the demon's bane.
I'm trying to chew.
Perfect. Both of those attacks, she spins around. She is shockingly nimble. She darts to and fro, but you do nick her. Like one right across her lower abdomen and one across her left shoulder as she's pinwheeling, trying to get out of the way. So damage on both of those.
All right. There's 1. And there is 2.
All right.
And
He's got
I'm
fire damage for
trying-
each.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the fire damage.
I think it's a D4.
Wait,
I
right
could be
here.
wrong. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's 1.
19, 20,
That's 2.
All right, wow. Absolutely. And the shriek he rushes forward, swinging, and she responds with going, just her entire face twists in this horrible rictus of rage. And that is kind of like the boom, we're on like Donkey Kong. Everybody rushes in. That's when General Ugrund charges through, banging his battle axe on the bars as he comes towards Merrick in the defense of his lady. And he's going to swing twice. Not 3 times, twice. Wow. So, what is his armor class? How can his armor class be that low? Is it 13?
He's a glass
Armor class.
cannon. It's 13. He's a glass
Merrick's
cannon.
armor class
Yeah,
is
he doesn't
13.
have a high AC.
Holy mother. So, Ugrund charges in with his battle axe, and poor Merrick didn't see him coming and takes a massive hack in the ribs, tries to block the second one, takes another hack right in the same spot. How does that leave him? Wow. Hurting. Is that his current hit points?
That is his. He had current and temporary marked. I'm going to go with current.
Okay. So all of you see at the very onset of battle, he is gravely wounded, and at that point,
I would be if I could give a little embellishment here.
Please do.
A splash of crimson hits Nilly even where she's standing.
Oh, yikes!
Dag, what did I do?
At this point, Potch looks at Calic. He extends his fingers and says, and he casts a spell on him. Did that go in chat? Are we not going to go in chat? Come on, roll 20. Please.
I think it failed.
Please
I think
don't.
it failed.
It means the spell failed. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yep, that just means that rolled a crit fail, natural 1.
I think Potch said the word Grundy instead of Grundy.
Got him.
How do you get the... oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's roll 20 is not doing it. Anyway, he wiggles his bony fingers in your direction, and you brace yourself against whatever he's going to do, and then you are drowsy. Let's do... There we go. What is your save here for this? There we go. Come on.
Are you
All right,
looking
so
for my
there
save?
we go. So I have pulled this up.
So are you looking for my save on that?
I don't know that you get... what is the save here? He has cast a sleep spell on you. So he gets 5d8 as the total points of creatures the spell can affect within 20 feet.
You know, the wonderful thing about this is that both my sister and I are unaffected by sleep spell.
Absolutely. So he wiggles his fingers at you. You feel... and you can just level your eyes at him again, and
In Calic's offhand, Potch sees the drape of a whip hit the stone.
Fantastic. So next, Althea. She, standing over here, looking down at blood spilt upon her. She would look at the orc. And yikes. She extends a hand towards the orc and says something that sounds absolutely vile and blasphemous. Like, ha, blah, as if she's clearing her throat as well. And cast, oh, come on, roll 20. I guess none of my spells are actually going to fire. That's really frustrating. All right. Yeah, so there we go. So, from above, a column of fire falls down upon him. And he darts to try to stay out of the way. What is his dexterity save? Give it to me. Come on.
God, why do you pick the things that Merrick is horrible at?
It was not intentional.
Not intentional.
Hey,
Not
that's
intentional.
16 for half damage.
A 16. So he spins out of the way as quickly as he can, but this column of flame and light pours down over him, over half of his body. So it does both fire and radiant damage, and he can take half of that, but Michael, tell us what happens.
The group sees Merrick pass through the column as he's dodging, and the end of his graceful move ends quite clumsily as he falls to the ground, the flaming sword skittering across stone, and then falling dead. The
Dead,
flames,
dead, or unconscious dead?
the flames go out the sword.
Wait,
I worded that improperly. So
you worded that to say Merrick just died, and please, you need to ease me.
no. Let me reword. Thank you, Whiskey.
Did you just kill me?
Oh, Josh
I shine on and my flaming sword skitters out and I'm dead. Oh.
is here! Ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
leaving.
Winged Horizon, Josh Scarrett is here in voice.
All right.
But yeah, that just happened to you, Josh.
So,
we love
Josh,
you so much. Go ahead, Michael.
Just to fill you in, buddy, you made an amazingly courageous charge at this horrible magician. And then her giant orc buddy came in and almost laid you flat. And now the horrible magician has basically flame striked you into laying flat.
Well, that wasn't very nice.
It wasn't. But I'm going to blame this on you because I don't think you came into this with full hit points, buddy.
It's like, look, you left me the keys to the car, but the gas tank was
Right?
empty. What am I supposed to do?
I mean-
Is it my fault? No.
I mean, there were already scratches on the door, bud. I mean,
Did you do any hellish rebuke?
Yes,
I did.
He did. All right.
Oh man. Okay, well let's continue.
Yes, let's continue.
But if Josh, I'd be happy to turn your body back over to you.
I'm so glad you can do that.
I'm just going to relinquish this back to you.
I will remand
You
your
gave-
lifeless corpse back into your
gave
hands.
You gave one hell of a battle cry, though.
It is true. It is true. Nilly, you have seen just 5 feet away. He dives through this spinning column of flame. His body, as he emerges from the other side, is burning and crackling. He looks over at you as he falls, and his eyes close as he strikes the ground. It is your turn, Nilly.
Okay, so Nilly starts to kind of walk backwards-ish towards this direction. And as she's doing it, she's like, okay, everyone, we all need to calm down. There's no reason to fight. There is no reason to fight. And as she does that, she pulls out her scroll and starts to read it to cast Mass Suggestion.
All right. So let's open those spell scroll rules. What class is that spell?
Bard.
So it is in your class. All right, so that's good. So let me open that handout. Homebrew spell scroll rules. So those of you in chat, this is a little different from this is homebrew. It's just flat out homebrew. They have in their possession a number of scrolls, some of which are not in their class, many of which are over their level. And so here's how it works. So for this particular case, for Bree, for Nilly, PCs attempting to use a scroll that is available to their class but higher than their spell level must make a skill check with their spellcasting ability. The DC will be 10, plus the number of levels the spell is above their maximum spell level. So what level spell is this?
I think it's a 6th level spell. Oh man, I just clicked out of it. Where'd it go? There we go. Level 6.
And your maximum spell level right now is 3. Is that correct?
Yep.
So your DC is 13, and you'll do a skill check with charisma.
No whammies.
Drum roll.
You can do it.
No whammies.
Decent, decent.
Nice.
All Nilly.
All right, so you have cast Mass Suggestion. You unroll the scroll. Oh, your brain sort of reels. This sort of makes sense. You have this feeling of like, I think I can do this. I hope that I'm saying this right. And you read it, and then you feel the arcane energy that's embedded in the scroll discharge, and you feel a flood of relief as you engage with that arcane energy to make your mass suggestion. So you suggest what?
Hold on. Let me see my range. It's important to know my range before I. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna need all of you to just step into the other room while we all
be kinda hard.
plan, and we can all parlay, and we can help you find your other prisoners.
All right. So everyone is going to get a wisdom saving throw. If they fail their saving throw, they need to follow the course of action that she suggests to the best of their ability. So, and that will go for 24 hours.
Well, no, because it's a level 6, so it'll go for like 30 days. They can sit in that room for up to 30 days.
As long as they're subbing themselves, they'll be good.
Wow. All right.
Full circle. It's the chat, Shane. It's the chat. I'm not totally out of line.
What did you just say? What did you?
As long as they're subbing themselves, they'll be all good for 30 days.
Yeah.
We talked about
So subbing themselves has become a euphemism for something, and I'm not good at it.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, let's see how these wisdom checks go. We're gonna start with the meat shields. General Ugrund. Ooh. And oh my gosh, that is so crazy.
Oh my god,
oh
guys,
no,
we have
I've closed the.
no.
How do I do
Shane,
this?
don't do this to me!
Sorry, there we go. Let's bring him back over here. There we go. So here comes High General Sindol. Ah! Ah! Oh my god! Yes! Oh my god! And Quikan. Oh yes! Oh my god, this is crazy. Patch. The High Priest of Use. Oh my god. Oh, I have no control over this damn game. No control at all. Althea, the last. Oh! Oh my god!
We did it, guys. Also, Shane, while we're at it, would you mind just rolling for the grunts that are up there too? Just because like I involved them in a suggestion, they're in my reach. I just want to see if they stay or go because I want them all to pass their saving throws at this point.
Oh
Go
my
Nilly.
god!
It's your birthday. Go Nilly.
Wow.
It's your birthday.
Unbelievable. All right, so here's the minions. Let's see if they pass their saving throws. Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. Oh my
One
god.
lone orc be the one that passes.
Oh,
There you
yep,
go.
there you go. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I'm gonna soil myself.
I'm MVP tonight. I did it. I
Oh
killed
my
all the bad.
Awesome.
All right, so the last one, let's find him.
But you poop. I love our chat. Can I just say that while you're rolling?
God, I'm afraid to look in chat. I'm scared shitless of chat right now. Chat, I don't have you on my screen because I can't handle you right now. All right, so 2 cult fanatics rolling their wisdom saves. Okay. All right. Wow.
The DM can't even handle you right now.
So is it what? Is it an orc and a cultist? Is that what we got?
Yes, you have an orc and a cultist. So hold on, let me look at this spell again. I need to look at this spell one more time and just make sure.
You're actually all buying this stuff?
So,
I actually planned it out pretty well, Shane. There's nothing. It is a 6. Oh wait, no, it's 24 hours because it's not at 7th level. So it's 24 hours. They have to stay there.
all right, hold on. Say again exactly what you told them to do.
Look out! This is where he's going to try to get.
Careful.
I mean,
Is it a
we
wish
have
spell?
a lot of witnesses. Just tell me. I just need to know what you told them to do.
It says, okay, I'm gonna need everyone to stop fighting. No, well, no, she didn't say that. I didn't say that last time. Get back at me, Shane. Okay, he's like, I need everyone, all of you, to just go into that room over there and wait and think while we can come up with a way to help you find your other prisoners. We'll come get you. And then points at the room that is this a door? I would have walked over there and known if it was a door. The one next to the dead cultist.
Yeah,
by
that's a door.
Alyssa. She points to that door.
All right. Okay.
Shane, give me this. I did so well.
So suddenly, General Ugrund. So Nilly, say it again. Say it like in character, loud, like you did.
Okay. Just go into that room there and wait for us while we come up with a way to help you find the prisoners you're looking for. We'll come get you.
General Ugrund and the massive High General Sindol, who is brandishing a club that looks horrific. Both of them look to High Priest Potch, High Priestess Althea. Each of them turn to Nilly. And finally, High Priestess Althea speaks. I am pleased that this does not have to end in needless bloodshed and torment. She wipes at the wounds on her chest. None of this should have been necessary. She licks the blood across her fingertips. Yes, we desire the immediate return of the prisoners that you took. And of course, some sort of compensation will be necessary. But, and behind her across the room, Potch says, yes, but the conclave begins on the morning, and we must meet the old one within the hour. So let's settle this now. And they all begin to move towards the doorway that you specified. They all cross past you, and as Quikan passes you, she looks at you, Nilly, and goes,
It's important to know, Shane, that Nilly's kind of robes are kind of open, so she's got stuff underneath. Obviously, she's not showing nudes. She wants to kind of just move her robe over a little bit to show to kind of show all the the tinkling gems from her body that she stole.
So you're giving them
No.
gem porn?
No. It's just her when she's she kind of just moves her hip over, just kind of go
Okay.
Not a lot, nothing to pick a fight, just kind of I killed you once.
So as they reach this spot, Potch leans down and spits on the orc that is bleeding out on the ground.
That's fair.
And at this point, all of them continue together, opening the door and entering the other room. And as the last one of them turns, General Sindol is the last one. He stands glowering and towering in the doorway and says, "Come," and turns and enters the room. In the room, you can hear frantic conversation. You can hear people going, High Priestess! High Priest! Apparently, their arrival in this room has caused whoever was already in that room quite a stir. And now, at the top of the chamber, these folks are looking. Two of them look around with kind of the energy of like, me too? And they slowly, like trying not to bring notice to themselves, cross down and enter the doorway. And this human in the robes of the priesthood of Use says, "Do you want us in attendance as well?"
I just want you out of my sight.
I would be glad to oblige. And he turns and quite literally runs. Come on, roll 20. I can't scroll on my map for some reason. There we go. So he quite literally runs down this hallway and is gone. And the orc just sits down and starts sharpening his blade. Looking at his blade, nothing else. Party! What the hell happens now?
Nilly runs over to the cage that was unlocked with her dad in it. She just runs over there as quickly as she can.
So that cage did remain locked, I believe.
Are the keys still hanging in there? Because he kind of just like ghosted after that.
Yeah, I would say so.
She's going to start testing the locks to try and unlock the door.
So it would take you only a couple of seconds to get the right key in and turn it. The lock pings forward, the door swings open, and your father just kind of flops out. The gap is nearby, but he like lands on the pavement. The cage swings. It's pretty precarious. But he obviously doesn't even have the ability to support himself.
Cool. I can yank him though from like his body up there carefully, right?
You can.
Like,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I pull him onto the ledge next to where I am, and I look over at Calic because I'm kind of like Nilly sits. She kind of looks at him like,
"Sister, help me with her."
And
Luciano!
Alara is.
And he finally pokes his head out of the side door.
You see Calic struggling with this cage.
Alara is just going to come over and help her
God.
brother do our like little acrobatic thing that we did in the circus before, right, brother?
So I could just come over and I just hold the cage.
And I believe Alara and I will help get Nilly's mother out. Okay.
I imagine her sores are probably like sticking to her skin if we hold her, like part of her flesh.
Yeah,
comes off.
absolutely. And actually, Nilly, as you drag your father out, Luciano and Calic and Alara, as you try to gingerly remove Nilly's mother from this cage, she's slick with ooze and weeping sores. As you have to pull her up because she does nothing to support herself at all. She quavers just a little bit, and chunks of loose flesh slough off of both her and your father as you pull them up off of the floor, and each one of them groans in weak agony. Oh, please.
Okay. So Nilly looks at Luciano and goes, "Luciano, come here. Come here, please. Luciano, please come here."
Wait. Calic, don't you have a healing potion? Go take care of Merrick.
Yes, I do. Come on, I'll go.
Alora, can you kind of just watch over her for a minute?
I've got her. Don't.
And then I just look over at Nilly and I'm like, "What?"
Did he walk over? Is he coming over, or are we like yelling across the pit?
Oh, we're yelling across the pit.
Luciano, I need you to come here, please.
Start traipsing across.
Calic's going to do his best to throw an arm under Merrick and kind of lift him up a little and just kind of pour the potion down his throat.
So I'll do the same thing over here and I'll hold the cage.
Oh, he's already completely out. That's not what I'm spelling over for.
Your mother is sticking to me. We need to get out of here now.
Shut up, Alara. Hold on a second.
Alara, take the ring off her.
No, don't do that.
Does anybody want to tell me what the hell's going on here?
Don't touch my fucking parent. Just don't pull anything off her yet. Luciano.
Nilly, focus.
Okay. Listen. And she gets like really quiet. We do not have a lot of space in the necklace, but we have some other options.
Yep.
We should clear out a space from the necklace.
Alara, yes.
I'm sorry.
Throw the drow down the hole.
What you're saying to me exactly?
Nilly grabs him by the robes and like pulls him down to her level and goes, "Throw her in the fucking pit and let's go."
I look over at Alyssa.
Alyssa's just smiling.
She's like, finally.
And so I go for to reach my necklace. I'm going once, going twice.
Don't count, just do it.
So what I do is I stand over the edge of the pit. Not there.
Yeah, go where you're gonna go.
Specifically, an equal distance away from the hanging things to like the most wide open space there is.
Welcome to the evil campaign, everyone.
Yeah, like what is the difference between this and Vile and Villainous? I don't know.
Hey, we have a good reason to get rid of this lady. She has she's earned it. She's earned it.
Oh my God.
And so I'm going to open up the necklace and turn my little dial over to Gazette and just go boop.
Wow.
She only helped us.
We're saving her from the agony fields. We are good people.
She stole.
All right, so you're just going to cast her out towards the pit. I do want to note that this was predicted by chat, not necessarily that this would be who it was, but that there would be a moment of like, this is Daraka, and you kick, and like somebody flies down into the pit. So the way it works, your fingertips graze the surface of this, and there's you feel almost like you're pinching a piece of cloth like from her shoulder, and as you pull and flick, she increases in size, fully materializes. Let's put her here. Let's see. Let's make you look at her one more time before she disappears. Come on, roll 20. You're killing me today. All right, so there we go. And she's flying down. And so there's this moment of recognition of like...
In that moment of recognition, as that moment happens, because Luciano hated this lady from the word go. He's just like this as she's going on the way down, just like this, just smiling.
Wait, if you get your moment of recognition, I want one too. And as she makes eye contact, Alara takes out her brand new blade.
Takes out what?
Her beautiful new blade that I can hide right in my back. Swinging around her finger.
So she falls, making an acrobatics check at disadvantage.
Oh fuck, she's still.
Oh yeah, no, she's still a nimble. There's a chance she could get the.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, she spins in the air, and you hear a change, and the cage now is swinging back and forth. She's scrambling on it like, where am I? What are we doing?
I just look over at Alyssa, and I'm like, could you please?
Please. Alyssa just firebolted her.
Yeah. This arc of flame lands on her. She screeches, screams. She's got a fair number of hit points. She's like, wait, please, let's talk. The flame scars down her face. Her hair curls on that side. Please, let's talk first. How can I help you? Where are we?
Is being on fire make her have to, like, roll?
I think
hang on to that thing.
You have to roll again, Shane, at disadvantage.
Not at this.
Just asking for a friend.
She's still clinging to it. Please, wait! And she's looking down, and there's kind of some sort of vibration that echoes up from the shaft. Wait. And she's trying to climb the cage at this point.
Are you too hot?
Does that hit?
That hits.
What about the ray of frost?
They both hit. At this point,
We just all fire at once.
I'm going to give her another save. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not going to make you just spam this out. Everybody apparently turns on her, firing spells and crossbow bolts.
I literally picture this, Shane, as the group just kind of gives each other a look and like all the arms raise at one time.
I have no idea what's happening in this game.
At the same time, yeah.
And so there's just this moment of
At one time is extra.
no. She's falling down the pit.
Yes.
Her arms and legs spiraling, kicking as she eventually disappears. You never hear an impact, just a long
Just drowns on forever until it just dissipates.
I'd like everyone to know that Merrick had nothing to do with this.
So
No, I mean,
Speaking
you
of
just
Merrick-
became conscious. You were out. You
Calic,
like,
what are you doing over there with him?
Well, as I said, I threw kind of an arm under Merrick's like neck and shoulders, tried to prop him up a little and pour this potion down his.
So a healing potion.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you roll for that one?
Last.
Or is it a set number? Let me look that up.
Don't remember.
I think it's 2d4 plus 2 if it's a regular potion.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it
it's
is
just
a potion
standard
of regular healing, and yeah, 2d4 plus 2. Correct.
All right,
well done.
I will. Let's do that.
Can I ask a question, Shane?
Oh,
There you go.
You sure can.
Good. A while back, I put a healing potion, just a regular healing potion, into that skull. And I don't know what it does.
Oh, okay. So you want to take out that skull and check it out?
Well, I guess, but okay, sure.
I have to check. Like,
Okay, we'll do it
you're
later then.
You're the master of reminding me of things long forgotten that are in a different Evernote.
Well, we got some kind of hurt people here.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It's a fancy potion.
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on, let me just type this in. Somebody say something amusing while I'm typing this in.
seems like an appropriate time to use a fancy potion.
During
It
this
does.
time, Nilly's going to ask Luciano to pull out the good bodies of her parents.
Okay. Because Luciano is kind of really confused as to what's going on, but
Maybe we can just
Okay.
squish them together.
I'd say she asked her dad, "Why are you in this body when another body is?"
so I'll back up like
So
a ways away from the...
Are you asking your dad a question? Are we going to roleplay here for that?
Well, yeah, I'm going to roleplay
Okay,
it, but I
yeah.
wanted to see if you were actually I didn't want to get you while you were busy. I want you to get this.
Oh, no,
potion
no,
thing.
I'm good. I'm going to return to the potion. Are you wanting to do the potion thing first?
That's fine.
So you crack open. Describe the process of cracking open your skull and withdrawing the potion.
Sounds messy.
Yeah, go ahead, Alyssa.
What am I going ahead with?
You're going to describe the process of taking this thing out.
Okay. Well, that wasn't what I expected, but okay. I'm pulling out the skull that I
There
had
we go.
received.
There we go.
That has, I believe, Shane described it as it had like a blue light to it on the inside, and then you can take the cap off, the skull cap off. And I had placed a potion, just a regular healing potion, on the inside of it.
Correct.
At which point I was told thing would happen. So I would like to maybe identify or see if this potion has changed in any way.
Okay, so you can sniff it. You're just going to do the sniff and taste test.
Sure.
So you feel, after a little sniff, it clears your mind, innervates your body just a little bit. A drop to your lips. Whew. A deep breath into your lungs. You feel more awake, more alert, more alive. You feel like this is still a healing potion of some sort.
Probably better. Okay. Okay, that's good. Do you want to try to give one of these to your parents, Nilly? I only have one.
Yeah, your mother is sticking to me. Needs one.
I'm not sure it'll help with the stickiness, but...
Who am I supposed to give it to?
Give it to your mother, Kiranu. Give it to her.
Nilly's kind of just holding her dad like this, his head like his like gross patchy skull of a head in his arms, and he goes, I guess give it to Mom.
So sweet.
Luciano, here, you do it. And
Okay.
You're used to this kind of thing. And she'll hand
And I
him
just
the
kind
potion.
of, I just grab the potion. I mean, my bedside manner's not really the best, so I kind of like man.
We're all aware of that.
Alara will try
like,
and walk
all
over
right,
to
come
her.
here, come here.
So, Alara, you're bringing...
Slow going.
You're bringing the mother over?
Very slowly. He's going to have to meet us more than halfway, because she's like... Every time she's like moves from my body, like a scab is left on me and her skin. She's just bad. Fucking... Like
the smell is terrible. It smells like putrefaction, infection, death.
Elisa, you still have that soap. What is that noise? Get
The whole
fuck out of
chamber
here!
rumbles once more with some sort of sound from the pit.
Nilly kind of looks at Elisa and she goes, didn't someone say tentacles?
I think so. Can I do like a religion check to see if I recall anything like this?
Yeah, sure. Drum roll. I knew it was going to be some massive roll, because that's the way things are going tonight. So you do know that as you remember your time spent in the library, the ancient library of the Sul Imperium, in the city of Husel Ilstar, before you even met these folks, you'd never left the city, and you experienced the entire world through voracious reading. And the resources on Euse and the lands and practices of Euse are scant, because despite the fact that the spies of the Scarlet Brotherhood are renowned for their skill and guile, too many of them just never came back. But you do remember hearing of creatures that were used specifically for torture. They could inflict wounds of the most agonizing sort, and they fed not off the bodies or the blood, but off the agony of the victim. That made them very handy for interrogation and torture, as they inflicted the most exquisite pain without causing death. That's what you remember.
Guys, this is a bad place. Let's can we get your parents in the necklace? Luciano, Nilly?
Yeah, I thought we just made room for that.
Well, do this and let's get out of here.
So I look over at Nilly and I'm like, I don't think we have time to do this here. Can we just get them in the necklace?
There's no room. We have to take out the good bodies.
Well, no, we just got rid of one, so now I have 2 open spots. That'll fill it up.
Filled up with the good bodies.
If we have space, fill it up. I don't fucking care. They can tell me stories later. Fill them up.
You feel cold, crusty fingers caress your cheek, Nilly. You can look down and see your father My love, just say goodbye, please. Remember us as we used to be. Run. Do not wait for this monstrosity to torment you the way it has us.
Nilly, we gotta go.
Don't worry, Dad. Just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. We'll get you out of here. Don't even worry. And as she says that, she kind of like leans him in to the portal.
All right.
I'm just sitting there, ready and waiting. Like,
So
number 5, okay, check.
Luciano,
Number 6, okay, check.
You take the father in. At this point, Alara is still limping over with the oozing and crusty mother. I'm just gonna grab her
Your
too.
mother is
So
uncomfortably moist.
Just chuck him in.
Go to her. Don't make her walk over here.
Nilly run. Okay, well, after she chucks her mother, I mean, is Dad in? Is the father
Yes,
in?
the dad is
then,
in.
yeah.
Yes.
Nilly gets up and she just runs over and she like scoops up her mom and like kind of like tries to hold her and put most of the weight on her. So
She puts
Nilly-
As
two
soon as
quavering
we got father
hands
in,
on your
I just would have
cheeks.
been coming over. I would have been following.
Kiranil, Kiranil, my beautiful Kiranil, my daughter fares.
Come on, get her in. Come on.
And she disappears. Her hands leave your face in an instant. You have a brief glimpse of her almost like falling away from you as she's sucked into the locket.
as soon as the locket shuts, Nilly looks at whoever's close and just goes, "All right, how the fuck do we get out of this place?"
Let's do
Like,
this.
And at that point, the door slams open. Potch stands in the doorway. We have pressing business with the Old One in less than an hour. Please, let us discuss the return of these prisoners and what penalty you will pay to appease me. Come.
we need 15 more minutes, and you can punch me in the face afterwards before we even start to get your fury out. If you give me 15 more minutes.
Luciano walks up to him and just simply looks over at Nilly and says, "Tell them they'll get a present if they go back inside."
I'll give you a present if you go back inside.
I will not wait much longer. Pressing business. Come. And he turns and starts to walk out. And closes the door behind him. There's a lot of conversation coming from that room. Many voices.
That was easier than I thought. Let's get out of here.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Do we have a spell for this?
It's not safe.
Do we have a
It's
way
not
to get
safe.
out?
No, if you remember correctly, we did not get a sending stone. We did not get a get out of jail free card. We didn't get a poof. This just takes us back to Mordenkainen. No, we still got to get the fuck out of here.
Come on.
We
We're
don't have
running out
anything
that
that'll
door?
work quickly.
Is this the only way out?
No, we have
Oh,
4 directions
no.
we haven't looked yet.
Hold on. Wait. Isn't there, like...
Luciano's gonna
No.
go down this.
You're gonna open up doors and see what we find this time?
How about we go together and not just individual?
Wait. Oh, wait,
Hold
no,
on.
no.
We have no plan now. What do we do?
Calyx trying to get Merrick back to his feet.
1 second.
Lucy,
I'm
can
gonna
you go back
Merrick
here?
does slowly rise and says,
Josh?
What happened? Did I get him?
Yeah, you got him.
You sure
You
did,
got
pal.
him.
You sure did, pal.
Where'd they all go?
Oh, they dead.
You scared them away.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get
We
their
gotta get
parents
out of here. We gotta go, man. We gotta get out of Dodge.
Where are her parents?
In the necklace. Cargo. Full cargo.
Let's go. I'm gonna scamper off with Kalik.
Lara's headed back to the gear room.
To what room? Alara's going
The
to
gear room. The room with all the gears to lower the
lever.
The lever.
All right. So in that room still sit 3 people, 3 orcs. And as you enter, they all look back and forth at one another, look at you, and they're just, one of them's eating a stew and the other one's just practicing with his club as if, oh, this is a new and novel thing. What does this thing do?
Impressive work. I know you will be well rewarded. What is the fastest way out of here?
Just out of the stairs is the only way out.
The only way out?
The only one I know of.
Stay put, and Alara will just slam the door away.
Luciano, investigate. Oh, no, your token is no longer down there as if you're going to investigate all on your lonesome. What are you doing?
No, I was hanging over here by Merrick because I thought that's what was happening.
Okay.
Merrick coming back to, consciousness and all that. And, well, I mean...
We can just leave the way we came. Unless you're feeling feisty and we can go down these other halls.
Nilly walks up and goes, is there any way we can just get back to the sewers? Is there any sewer grates?
Did you see any grates?
I don't know.
We're not
I didn't
that
walk in any
far.
rooms.
We're not that far, actually. All we have to do is go up the stairs, across the thing, back down the stairs, and then across another thing, and then we can just go down the sewer that we came in. And if we use the greater invisibility scrolls that we have, we could do most of that invisibly. Just saying.
I think that would be a good idea for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, why don't we just make it as far as we can, not invisible, and then when we need to be invisible, we do invisible time?
That's a good idea.
The problem is, as soon as we have to be extremely quiet, or they're going to open that door in 13 minutes and kill us.
Well, let's get the hell out of here.
And the greater invisibility lasts for a minute. So
let's not use that until we need to.
Quick question, where's my sword?
You still have it. And Calic, as everyone is gathered together, all in the same place,
Come on, people,
tell us what
let's
you
go.
just
Come
did.
on, come on.
Calic bows his head and out of a small pouch grabs a handful of ash and just spreads it around his feet as he's making a prayer to Farnlungen.
Will you stop playing with the dirt and come on?
Yes.
So everyone, as
Thank
they
you,
begin
Calic.
to depart, does feel quite a bit more nimble, more stealthy, more silent, as if a wet blanket has been laid over the party. So everyone's heading out the way they came?
Yeah.
Out the front door, let's go.
All right, so as Luciano, as you enter, everybody stop moving tokens. So Luciano, as you enter that area, as Calic and Merrick are, Calic is still providing support for the big orc, who feels a little better but is still wounded. You hear again some deep bass noise, and Calic, being the closest person to the hole, looks over and sees a tendril, almost like a snake's tail, extend over the lip of the pit. And it extends further. Some of them begin to caress the cages. 5, 10, 15 tentacles sliding up and down the cages.
Calic will begin to rush Merrick toward the exit.
I'm going to scuttle a little bit faster, I think.
As you see, finally emerging in the center, as you guys go around the barred areas, emerging from the center is this sort of green, pustulent, tentacled thing. Each arm, like dozens of arms, invading the bars of each cage, looking up and down, feeling their way around hungrily. And as each tentacle finally discovers there's nothing in the cages, you hear a like really loud, angry, wet, guttural sound. And everyone's running, I assume.
Yeah.
GTFO, man.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Woo! So, the party then, you go through this, the antechamber, you go up, and when you arrive in the chamber above, where you had left those bodies and tables and everything against the door, those are thrown across the room. The bodies are still there, lying broken, but the door is wide open.
I guess huddle into the corner and cast mass invisibility. Or
You
greater
can
visibility.
definitely hear a lot of talk and conversation and noise, just absolute chaos. You remember that through that main doorway, on the one hand, like if you stand in the doorway, on the right is the exit of the Bone Palace, which is guarded by undead of many different sorts. To the left of that doorway is the entry chamber, which was guarded by a couple of large creatures, and from which you now hear the sounds of pandemonium, screaming, yelling, cursing, things smashing. It's like there's a riot going on in there. What the hell is... It's loud, whatever it is. And straight across the hallway, you remember there's a door just like the one that you would be standing in, which leads back down to the dungeons.
Let's hit the dungeons quick.
Invisibly, though.
If there's still some panic, we might be able to escape in the panic. The people that are looking for us are all sequestered in that room over there.
How much time has passed since we came down here, Shane?
I would say 30 minutes. Not long. Maybe 40. Not long.
Might have calmed down.
The problem is, if crazy spider bitch sees Alara or I, she's gonna fucking know.
We can do invisible if we
Luciano.
just hurry.
Luciano, cloak. That cloak you stole from me.
What?
The black cloak you stole from me?
Okay.
Does anyone else have an extra cloak? I know Elisa has like 30,000 cloaks in her bag.
I don't have 30,000 cloaks.
Calic
Very
will
well.
take his merchant's cloak off and pass it over to Nilly.
Okay, so Nilly hands the merchant's cloak then to Alara, and then she covers herself with the black cloak and puts her head down. Not to look like she's trying to be sneaky, but just kind of like cover the fact that...
We have the 2 outfits that Merrick saved for you, Nilly. If you want to change clothes.
That had better armor too. That was like an armor upgrade. How's that been chilling here this whole time? That was studded leather. We like talked about that. I could have studded leather right now. I could have
It
saved
would take
myself.
10 minutes to don armor.
What are we doing, guys?
Okay, invisible or not, are we going?
We gotta get out of here.
We need to go. We need to go.
I start moving with Calic.
So we're just running.
Confidently walking.
Yes.
'Cause
Confidence.
We still have a bone heart and a bone shadow.
Yeah.
You guys are
I've
still
got a
prowls
prowl
on the
limb.
work.
So you all step through the doorway and can look to the left and to the right. Oh, my music has decided to work.
It's a perfect time.
To the
Just leave it on.
left,
It's perfect.
you see probably 100 people in the initial lower chamber of the Bone Palace. There are a number of minions, like orcs and humans, that have been thrown down on the floor, and they're being whipped and being attacked by some of the small demons. There are a number of Boneheart priests that are gathered around certain people, shouting, pointing fingers. There's some people that are obviously protesting, denying, making excuses. It appears, as you just, with a little glance to the left, it appears that some sort of mass interrogation is going on, trying to get to the bottom of the events of the evening. And the guards at the doorway are gone. You look outside to the right, and there is still that undead, massive creature that maybe it's a dragon or it was something reptilian at some point, but it's huge and looks absolutely terrifying. It does not seem to be influenced or shaken by the events going on inside. It still stands as a silent sentinel while dozens of skeletons walk back and forth with swords brandished. The other door ahead of you is wide open.
Can we everyone roll a stealth and try and cross without being seen?
Yep.
I am great at stealth.
You all are great at stealth.
We have a
You should all be better now, yeah.
And if anyone... Oh.
Wait, did you do a thing? Oh, you did do a thing.
No! Well, it's still 13. It's lucky.
Still 13.
That's
Still
true.
13.
That's true. Alisa
That's a
has never
33.
felt quieter in her life.
Good
grief.
Oh, I rolled hit the.
Yeah, but you got a 22.
Oh, yeah.
You have some bonuses, don't you, Nilly?
Yeah, you all have bonuses.
16.
Yeah.
16.
Wow. Holy cow. So
I think with the
flavor.
combined, we're good.
all of you go from one door to the other, making, not looking around, not trying to sneak, not being frantic, just kind of walking purposefully. No one calls out to you. No one says, "Hey, what's going on?" The creatures outside don't turn and start moving towards you. The chaos is left behind as you enter the doorway into the chamber where you first came into the Bone Palace. The body of the hobgoblin and the two dead quasits are still there, lying there, although they've been laid out on the floor as if they had been examined.
Let's keep an eye out. Looks like somebody's been here already after us.
At the far corner of the room, why are you playing again? There we go. The far corner of the room, there is a spiral staircase going down. Nobody, please, don't all of you speak at once.
Luciano's going to be number 3 in line.
Bree and I have to pee, so we're gonna power pee while you decide that. Does that work, Bree?
Let's take a brief break then. If a third of the party needs to go to the bathroom, we're going to hit timeout.
Good job.
Much love to all. Go ahead and go. I'm going to say hi to chat for just a moment. Good grief. I'm going to wait till all the players go.
This is a mess.
And then I'm going to talk to chat about...
No, go ahead.
I won't.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not here.
I don't have to pee, so...
Yeah, neither do I.
Me neither.
All right, so I want to love on some people. The Deck of Many, Mushmouth Media, Soul Bear Productions,
Soul Bear,
Rav Bunny, all have followed in the past hour or so. Thank you so much. And then, of course, people are still chucking bits. Altair Wolf, Mr. Player 6, The Opera Geek, and Skirman still chucking things. And I hate that Skirman said, bring the misery, Shane. And I failed. I failed to bring the misery. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. So I don't know how many, I assume that I've got a number of DMs here watching. Could you tell that that was not an eventuality that I had planned for? I had not planned for the moment when the entire, the hierarchy of Ews in Duraka didn't about face and left the room, leaving them there to collect their prisoners unmolested.
Oh, they were molested.
They had been molested by tentacles, and we won't go any further into that. I am going to get something to drink because I need a drink after that. And I will be right back. Love to all. We are back. We are back. Yeah, we were discussing the fact that this episode of Return to Greyhawk is much like an episode of the A-Team. And everyone can sing the theme song. They've proven that, which is fantastic. Lots and lots of fun.
What's the A-Team?
No!
You did that on purpose. You totally looked that up.
We're going to pay for that.
I mean, I can look it up.
Google that shit.
I'll Google it.
Oh, man.
Oh, good Lord.
Shane is definitely Hannibal.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
The
isn't that the
A-Team
guy with the big cigar in his mouth?
Yeah. Hannibal.
He always had a big smile.
Yeah.
I love it when a plan comes together.
I love it when a plan comes together. Yeah, totally. I remember that guy.
The A-Team is an American action-adventure television series that ran on NBC from 1983 to 1987 about former members of a fictitious United States Army Special Forces unit.
Welcome to Bree Googles Things.
So I can relate to my peers.
Bree Googles things.
I don't get a lot of the good references, and I hate it.
That needs to be your next show, Shane.
Yeah, it may be. It may be. My friend Max said, did they escape? Well, they're in the middle of trying to escape. Let me just let everybody know, if you're a subscriber, go down and click on Discord, because tonight, in Discord, like every other night, if you're a subscriber, you can join us and listen to us chit-chat after the game in Discord. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about how one well-chosen spell and 5 failed saving throws from uber legendary powerful characters have bypassed at least 2 entire planned episodes of Return to Greyhawk.
Hey, Shane, if I can ask,
That is great. We just flushed 2 episodes right down the toilet.
Is the spell that Nilly cast, is that in that Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes book that you have?
It is not, but I think it's worth showing that book. Oh, I gotta get it so that the screen isn't reflecting. There we go. Ooh, look at this.
Mind the
So
gamma, mind
fancy.
the glare.
And wait, what day is it? It's May 20th that will be on that,
Yeah.
right? That we'll be highlighting the Tome of Foes?
It is May 20th, Michael, and thank you
So
for
shiny.
asking. Absolutely. Yes. So, for those of us who are with us, who weren't with us earlier, we are part of something that Wizards is doing to promote the release of Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, which I hold in my hand, which I bet no one watching is holding in their hands right now. Yeah, they may have just flushed 2 episodes down the toilet, but I've got this. So there we go.
I guess you got a new book to plan from.
Sum this all up. If you go to Bree's Twitter, it's NPC Bree. She has this great little thing of her brushing all the books off the table when the PCs fuck up everything the DM does.
That's awesome. Bree, would you put that in?
successfully did
Would
that
you put
tonight.
that link in chat, please?
It was could have been better planned.
So, on the 20th, May 20th, in the normal course of our story, Return to Greyhawk, we will be encountering some sort of legendary creature that is shared with us in Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. So it'll be a quick early peek of that creature. So you'll get to see it here first. It will be fun,
Only on Return
if I
to
do say
Greyhawk.
so myself.
The Greyhawk channel.
I can't say that I'm exactly too excited.
No,
You'll
but if you
enjoy
die,
it. You'll enjoy
it'll
it.
be epic because we'll be on Wizards of the fucking Coast and you're dying there. You can put that on
There
the
we
gravestone.
True.
All right, so
I died WOTC.
let's go back to where we left off. Turn back the creepy music. There we go.
We could go to the astral plane, and suddenly we're in Mordenkainen's astral books.
There we
I
go.
like that.
So you stand in the chamber where you see the hobgoblin and the 2 closets laid out as if some sort of criminal investigation team had been going over them. And to your right is the stairs that lead downwards into the dungeons.
I'd like to do a investigation check or a nature check, whatever I have to do, to see if I can see any prints. If people have gone anywhere else.
Yeah, go ahead and do
Footprints?
so, please.
Can you roll for me, please?
Oh, can you do that, Michael? Are you able to do that for him?
The investigation check, I would love to. Give me just a moment.
Let's do survival.
What a game, guys.
Would it be survival? I think it would
Yeah.
be survival.
Survival.
And if I'm tracking something, I think I have an advantage.
Wait, let me open your sheet and not mine, because I don't think you want my survival skill. I think you want your survival skill.
I don't doubt that.
I would have advantage if I'm tracking a demon, but I don't know if I am. So.
All right, survival skill from Eric.
Drum roll,
please. I'm kidding. Here we go.
Not bad.
It says Calic, but I understand that that's Merrick. So
That is true.
as you look at this, Merrick, you prod the wounds on the body, and you can tell that these are I mean, you remember, it was not that long ago when you guys came blowing through here. It was like 2 hours ago? No, probably close to 3 hours ago when this happened, when you forged your way through this room and killed these creatures. You see the slashes down the hobgoblin that are singed with burnt flesh.
Smile.
Those are yours. You also see a number of little pinpricks around every wound, as if little needles were inserted around every wound, or perhaps thin claws probing each wound. That's all you see.
I was actually looking not at the bodies, but around them to see how many people I might have imagined.
Okay, then you didn't see any of those things. No, I'm just kidding. So looking at that, you do see a couple of gigantic hoof prints smeared in the blood. It's difficult to tell which way they go. It's as if some massive hooved creature was moving about in this room.
Is it going downwards or back towards the door?
You can't tell that because the blood just runs out.
Can I ask real quick? Is this theater of the mind, or is this something I need to reset in Roll20?
For me,
so at this point, theater of the mind. I mean, I do have this room, but I think at the pace you're going to go through this dungeon, I'm just going to wing it.
Just wanted to double check because Roll20.
Yes.
Well, we got something big that's probing these bodies. Let's keep an eye out. Something I think is a demon. Let's go. We don't have much time.
Nilly wasn't even waiting for Merrick. I don't know what you're talking about. Nilly just started walking as you got down on his knees.
So you are just heading down the spiral staircase.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't have time. There's a sewer grate I'm going to climb down. I have missed walking in shit. Like, in comparison to this castle.
Shit never looked so good.
I would swim in it if it meant I got to get out of here alive.
PCs.
So, as you start to go down the stairs, you come pretty quickly to that room in which you had your battle with Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon's body, unsurprisingly, is not there. You still see the remnants of the fight. You see the rack on which Leotin was stretched, shoved up against the wall on the far side of the prison cell. You also see there were several bodies of the other people that were killed. Now, instead of where they fell, they're all piled against a wall. Just kind of in a heap against the wall.
Someone was tidying up.
Let's hope they're still not down there. Let's get the fuck out of here.
And the door that leads out of that room to other cells, to the deeper reaches of the dungeon, is open.
I'm actively tracking still, if I can see anything else. As I enter new rooms, looking for those hooves at least.
So you're continuing down? Everybody continuing down? Or anything you want to do in the room where you fought Qui-Gon? I can bring up that map if it would help you.
I'm looking for prints from... I'm looking for those pinprick.
Luciano has given me the questioning.
Yeah, well, no,
look.
I'm trying to. I am a little confused on where we're at exactly.
Okay.
Are we in the sewer?
No.
No, not
The
quite yet.
dungeons.
Give me 1 second. I'll just bring it up.
I think we're in the place where we found the that one guy got his throat slit. The captain of the boat.
Good.
Not quite yet.
Not
has a
yet.
name.
Not yet.
No, not there yet.
Oh,
All
I
right.
have no idea.
Well, I'm glad I asked.
Hold on 1 second. Let's move you guys here.
Because I was following along, and then I was like, wait a minute, this sounds like it might be... Oh.
And we'll let chat find you here. All right, so the body of... let me move over here. The body of Quikon is gone. Let's get on the right layer. There we go. Body of Quikon is gone. And all of you, you haven't seen Blacktongue, but as you all load in here, you see that on the side of the wall here, all of the bodies have been stacked. That is not where all of these people fell.
Campaign. Tie so much for the entertainment.
Aw, did you guys hear that voice message that came with that?
No.
I didn't hear a voice.
No.
I
No, it was really cool. Thanks, Kit.
Well, awesome.
So this is what you see, except this room is open. I mean, this door is open.
Cool. Nilly just runs this way and goes to the grate that they had open and tries to open it back up.
This just swings wide. When you go and try to open it, it swings wide.
Nilly runs to the spot in which they had put the grate last time. Is it still
Oh no,
put
no,
back?
I'm sorry.
Oh wait, we're not on this layer yet.
Yeah,
are we?
you're not there yet. So this door stands open. Everybody moving through?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So that takes us to this area. One thing that you notice that is different when you return to that area, if you guys want to move your tokens in, that'd be fantastic. One thing that you notice is different is these two bodies are, not that blood, are up against the wall and kind of stacked one on top of the other.
Is he still there?
As you come in here, Nilly, there is the body of a small goblin. Its wrists are in these stocks in front of it. Its head is all the way back, and its throat is essentially a giant open mouth. You can actually see into his esophagus this way and this way. You can see the empty veins that are no longer pouring blood down onto the ground.
Nilly keeps going.
Poor good. Poor good. Oops. So what are you doing, Alara, with your thieves' tools?
I wanted to pick the locks and let some of these prisoners out because I feel like I need to do a good deed. Because I'm not good.
They're actually...
While they're doing
there are
all
no
that.
prisoners.
Oh.
No, we're not in that downstairs room yet. We're still in the room above.
Oh, all right. Can I save my rolls?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
All right. Luciano, what are you doing?
Oh, Luciano's trying to figure out what part of the map we're actually on, because
I was
on the
Right
same
here,
level,
right
too.
here. My bad.
We're on the good.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Thank you all for that.
But
Sitting
Bree,
here looking at this map, I'm like, I'm right next to Alora. I'm like, this is great. I'm like, oh, great, we're not here.
is rushing on, however.
We are nearby the good gusher.
That sounds really. I'll stop.
Okay, so
So we're going to move on to the next one because Bree is rushing. Everyone can load your tokens into this map.
So the one that we thought we were in originally.
The one that you thought you were in originally. I knew where you were the whole time. This door, as you enter, you see that this door is open.
Okay.
I rushed past it. Is our grate still locked? The way we came through.
The grate is ajar.
Did we leave it that
Wait.
way? Or...
You did,
You
yeah.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
We closed it. Fuck. Well, Nilly starts climbing down.
So you're just going to dive down into
Well,
the
no,
sewer.
first, Nilly's gonna peek her head down and using her dark vision look around the area and see if she sees anyone. If she doesn't, she's climbing straight down.
So you see that it's about a 15-foot drop down into the sewers. You see your own footprints down there in the muck, in the murky, fecal pool down there. But as you peek your head in and turn from one side to another, you don't see anything else.
Okay, Nilly's gonna climb down the stairs and then look and see if there's other people's footprints. I mean, climb down the ladder.
You don't see anybody else's footprints at this point.
Nilly's leaving. If anyone wants to do anything else, that's fine. But Nilly has continued down the sewers.
All right, Nilly is in a full dash going we know not where. Other folks, Alara, it looks like you have approached a doorway.
Yes. Lara's feeling a little guilty about the joy she took out of killing that drow, helping in it. So she wants to kind of set some people free, you know, set her soul right.
All right, so with your thieves' tools, quickly you penetrate the lock here. It's a thick, heavy lock, so you have to manhandle them a little bit, but... And then the door goes... and is slightly ajar.
Yeah. Don't follow us, but get the fuck out of here.
As you open the door, you see right here a dwarf. He's been blinded in one eye. He has horrific scars down one side of his face. And he walks back and forth. His hands are right here underneath his chin. And he goes... and just continues to strangely gesture with one finger and then another. Just walking back and forth. He comes to the limit of the wall, so close that his finger touches the wall, and then walks back the other direction and does the same thing. He doesn't connect with you as you open the door in any way.
Well, that was a waste of time. And Alara's gonna look around and see if there's anybody else.
No, Laura, go get him. Go get him. Go get him. He looked. Go get him.
You want me to save him? He's not very helpful.
He looked like a very entertaining gentleman.
All right. Alara will go and loop an arm around. Like, listen, we aren't going to kill you. Just follow us. You'll be fine. It's going to smell like shit for a while.
Follow us! Oh my god, she's going to take it.
Luciano's just giggling. Like, he's just giggling.
Luciano, were you being funny?
Stop playing with them. We gotta get out of here.
Well, can we drop him down the grate?
I'm not responsible
Will you
for
stop
him
with
or helping.
adjustments?
I didn't
Come on,
think you
fella.
were serious.
Alara's going to try and help him down the grate.
That is really funny. So when you reach in there and try to get him, he shoulders you off and continues even more obsessively. His tone raises, and his fingers flicking. And he gets more and more aggressive as he goes back and forth from one side of the room to the other.
Father warned me about you dwarfs. I guess he was right.
What language is he speaking?
Dwarvish.
What's he saying, Shane?
You know, I actually went to school for drama, and we had exercises where you had to speak in gibberish, and then sometimes afterwards the teacher would say, "And so what were you saying?" And he's saying, 16 steps to the left, I'm going due east, 42 blocks in the cell. The grout here is faulty. Bad workmanship. 26 steps to the north, that sort of thing. Just obsessing over...
So Calic will approach the door that his sister is standing in, and in Dwarven, reply back to him, and in Dwarven, that is, your cell door is open, you are...
He stops for a moment and just stands there. Fingers twitching. Just standing.
In Dwarven, and basically saying, if you do not move, they will lock you back.
So the dwarf slowly turns to Calic and walks towards him, one finger spasmodically pointing uncontrollably.
Did he say anything?
No, he's just making like a little. It's just some sort of noise.
As he comes out the door, Calic will say in Dwarven, "To your right."
And
Brother,
he
do you want
starts
him?
to walk
You
this
broke him,
direction,
Calic.
and eventually comes up against the wall here. His fingers pointing it, flicking at it.
Left. In
No.
Dwarven.
Oh wait, I'm not there. Never mind. Send him up there. Whatever. What's the worst that's gonna happen?
And he eventually disappears through the open doorway.
About how long did this take?
About 2 minutes. Not long.
I mean, Nilly's 2 minutes ahead of all of you.
Sister, you
Yeah,
released
running
the
through the
best we can-
sewers alone.
We cannot drag a blind dwarf through the sewers. He will not.
At least
he
you're
has
done
a
after
chance.
Nilly.
At least he has a chance to escape in the.
I thought you were going to keep him as a pet for a minute.
I don't keep dwarves as pets, sister. We don't do that. We need to get out of here now.
I agree.
They are
Let's go.
arguing. Now we've gone down the sewer too.
You first, brother.
So Nilly went first. Elesa went soon after, followed by Luciano. So the three of you are together, Calic and Alara descending into the sewers just a moment later, correct?
Correct.
Who did Merrick follow?
Merrick is tied at the hip to Calic, because that's easier.
Actually,
Oh, he's still here.
yeah, I'm still here. I'm going down the grate too. While Calic is doing that, I'm just gonna. I think I can limp over to the grate. Can I not? By now?
Yes, you can. You can.
Yeah, I started going down the grate. I guess while he was doing his dwarf thing.
You followed me. So I've got them, and it's just brother and sister alone. Cool.
So
I'm going slow though. I'm going really slow.
who's the last one down? Calic?
No, it'll be Laura.
Laura.
Alara? Describe your process of going down. The grate lies to the side, and the hole
Alara
is
is
open beside you.
She's really good at this circus stuff, so she's gonna grab the grate and do a jump and pull it down with her as she goes, closing it behind her.
Okay, so you slide it, it goes kung, you fall, you splat down in the muck, and you look up, and the grate is just slightly offset. But at this point, it's 10 feet above you.
I tried my best.
So in the sewers, again, the smell. Despite the, like when you were in the dungeon, in the pit of torment, even when that horrible tentacled beast came up, it didn't smell like this. I mean, it's just such a rude awakening to be struck by the awful of an entire city at once. Where are you going? And I asked Nilly, who is in the lead.
So Nilly is just marching forward because it's that big the giant area that we're in right now is underneath all of these prisons right here, right? It's a really big one that leads to the other one at the end. It's like, what, X amount of feet away along, right? There's a long walk, right?
Yeah, there is a long walk which eventually leads to the area where you fought and killed the priestess and the strange cult to the chained god and fought a demon and some sort of chained construct.
Is that where we parted ways with
Sir Reynold and the rest of the refugees? Yes.
So
back there?
as Nilly walks, she clutches her necklace, the second necklace that she has, the one from Yolande herself, and goes, "Hey, this is Nilly. If I don't know if this is how you can hear me, but if we can find a coordinates for a teleportation portal in the sewers of Daraka, do you think you can have Mordenkainen help us get out?"
Fantastic. So you grasp this necklace. You send up this urgent plea. And wait.
I'm still walking though. It's important to know I have not stopped moving. I'm heading towards that teleportation portal.
So as your feet go,
I'm blind in the sewers, so
you're
I'm
not
reaching out.
you're not You haven't gotten a reply. Now, when you say you're heading towards the teleportation portal, what are you doing?
Isn't there a portal in that area where the fuckers are?
What fuckers?
No, this really just leads back to the house.
Okay. So I thought there was a teleportation portal. So there was the room where the lady was, and then that room off to the side. Didn't that have a portal in there, like a blue circle thing?
That was a pool of holy water in which if I remember correctly, we
took a bath.
Yeah, I forgot. Damn.
So
too late to cut it now. You might as well just walk that one right on through.
All right. Well, Nilly's gonna keep clutching it, and she's walking. She's like, I don't know how to get out of here. I don't know Yolande. I don't know how this thing works. You didn't give me any instructions. If there's any way you can help me get the fuck out of here. We have my parents. We have Robilar. We have Rixta. We have Leotin Hacks. We have secrets. We have stuff. We have information. We need to get out of here. I don't want to die. I don't want my parents to die. This is important. If you can get a hold of me. And she's just like whispering into the necklace.
So you are totally spamming the private line of Yolande, Lady Rolta of all Elvendom. Everyone can load into the map at this point if you want. You're just like total spam.
Shane, can we sometime get a small video of what that looks like on her end? Just, like make a little clip.
I'll make one. I'll record one.
That would really be fun and awesome. So as you all enter this particular, you finally, that passageway does go on for like a quarter of a mile and then opens up into this massive chamber that you remember very distinctly. Ahead of you are still the bodies of those that you have slain. Most notably, a drow woman in a white boneheart dress, festooned with the red splatters of fresh blood. That is the hallmark of the boneheart attire. And she lies prostrate on this massive swirling red symbol. A thug is laying, one of her minions is lying next to her. This creature that you defeated here and here are still in heaps. But all is quiet and still.
Nilly's still going.
All right.
I'm holding.
I'm going to switch into a little theater of the mind. Folks, as you continue through the sewers, I'm guessing where are you going? Like, what is your destination, your plan? What's your plan at this point?
I would think that we would go to where we parted ways with Dude, with
parted ways
Reginald.
with Dude, yes.
Didn't Reginald go to the docks?
Well, yeah, that's where he was headed off to the docks.
They said they'd wait for us, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think that we should go that way.
All right, as you are making your way through the sewers, nothing strange happens. You're not attacked by any other of those massive creatures that seem to live on debris and death. And no demons waylay you or surprise attack you. You eventually do, after probably an hour of walking, carefully retracing your steps, you do find your way back to this area. You know that you're very close to Bonehale Manor, the home, the fortified home that you rented from Alucia. And as you stride into this area, you see the campsite of the refugees from the Duchy of Ten up ahead. This, however, Nilly is the first one to load into this area. The campfire is dark and cold ash. I know that's not what the map shows, but that's the way it goes. It's cold ash. The tents are all set up, but the entire area is silent.
Nilly's gonna keep going to the direction of the docks, and she's gonna be talking to her next. She's like, "Hey, Lon, I'm sorry to keep harassing you, but we're headed towards the docks, and we're in Daraka. I saw we've just pissed off the High Priestess of Lolth, and we've pissed off, the High Priest and Priestess of Ooze and the High General. I know you're probably super busy with the orcs and stuff, but I have my parents, and we have information." If there's any way you can hit up Mordenkainen or anyone, or maybe Imentiensian, he's got some he's really strong. I don't know, but we're in a really bad situation.
Spamming her.
And Kika is dying because of the evil magic. I just don't know what to do. If you have any plans, please write back.
Well, she's doing all that, because that sounded like it took 7 minutes.
Oh, she's just she's non-stop walking and muttering to herself. You can do whatever you want in this time.
I was going to I was going to have us peel off and go the direction that Reginald and the rest of those folks was going.
Towards the docks, right?
Is there any light yet?
So that would be down this way? I can't remember. Memory fails me. We would know this, but I don't.
No, actually, what Sir Reginald told you is they could not find a direct sewer access to the docks. That's something that they were searching for. But when you left them, had not yet found.
Is there any light yet in the sewers, or am I clutching Calic by the shoulder tightly still?
Yeah.
As he guides me.
I'm assuming that you're having some sort of a light source so that Luciano can see.
I have no idea. I don't have one. I can't hold one.
No one has said that.
Cast light at will. So if it's dark, I'm just going to cast.
I typically do that. I just assume that you guys aren't bumbling in the dark when everybody has the ability to generate light. So I don't typically spend any time on it.
I don't have the ability to do that right now, unfortunately, because of my health.
Well, you're good. You're good. There is light.
Awesome.
So this chamber, this huge chamber that seems to have washed out this section of the sewers, is empty. The encampment of the refugees from the Duchy of Ten the encampment seems to be intact. It's not overrun. The tents aren't torn apart. The campfire is cold, but there are no humans. It's certainly not the cry of the baby that you left here. Probably 8 hours ago.
That was the longest 8 hours of my life.
Can somebody bring a light over here? Somebody bring a light over here. Let me look around. And I'm going to investigate.
Nilly casts dancing lights and hovers them over the camp.
I'm going to investigate if I can see anything.
Unfortunately,
survival,
you see go ahead and roll survival, just in case I can get something else out of that. Survival. That's Michael.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Tough to remember that you're running this character.
No, I was looking at my sheet like, why am I rolling survival? No, that makes total sense. Make sure. I don't think. Actually, give me a second. Merrick's not on the. But it's okay. Survival. Boom.
There you go. So you see footsteps all over this area. But unfortunately, there's water all around it. So one thing you don't see is you don't see big boots of what you would assume would be orcs. You don't see tracks of the Otioths or the or demons. They're just the footprints of the people. But then, of course, there's water.
What direction are they going?
Well, they'd been in that encampment for some time, and so they just walk all over that section. So whenever they leave the encampment, they enter water, so they're impossible to track.
Okay.
So, Nilly casts sending to the guy who was in the encampment and says, This is the drow that saved you. What is your location? Have you found an exit?
Okay. So you cast sending. You send out your message to Sir Reynold. And there's silence. And silence. And finally you hear back. We are attacked. We are overrun. Please, find your own way. Escape. The refugees are all lost.
So Nilly goes, well, that's a dead end. Literally, they're all dead.
And it breaks her heart, too. It totally breaks her heart.
No, literally, you can see Nilly's whole face has, like, reached this, like, weird, like, you can see all of the wrinkles in her face as she's, like, clutching this necklace. Like, she has, like, kind of snapped. And, like, her brain is trying to push out the fact that that was an infant that died. And she's going to spend a whole week crying later. Let's worry about getting out now.
So where do you go now?
Mashed up. That was just a waste.
Here, and one by one, he would have let out Rixta, let out Leotin.
Oh, here at the camp, you're gonna disgorge.
See where I'm at on the map. Like I would have taken the time to walk further on down, so that I could let one out, move back a few paces, let another one out, move back a few paces.
Oh yeah, Leotin Hex might have a spell. He's a super.
So I'm letting out Rixta, I'm letting out Leotin, I'm letting
That's
out
crazy.
I was going to say, it sounds like you're crop dusting us, but I'm glad you have a better plan.
You're naming them now?
All right, it is based on the time.
Watch out for the Robilar.
We're gonna theater the mind the last bit of it. So you open the locket. You see the capsule in front of you. You see these tiny figures illuminated in golden light, and they're sort of buoyed as if on water, and you begin to pluck them forth. And Robilar lands on 2 solid feet and stands up and goes, "Gods, that was the worst thing I've ever had to deal with. Where have you taken us?" And Leotin steps out, leans, staggers over, touches the wall, takes his bone shadow wand in his hands, and looks around as if ready for combat. Rixta, as you take him forth, just kind of crumples to his knees, falls over, and goes, wait! And one by one, you unload. Do you unload the parents?
No, just those 3.
Just those 3.
Just Rixta, Leotin, and Robilar.
So the 3 of them lay on the tiled surface of this walkway alongside the sewer track, where the fecal matter of 1,000 orcs flows slowly, viscously past you. And as each one of them looks around in complete confusion, all of you finally hear, there's some sort of huge concussive force. And you see sort of fecal miasma that's slowly going down this channel, slosh from one side to the other. And then you hear with your ears, but you're also quite certain you hear with your minds. You hear with your skeletons a voice that you have not heard since you were in the Obsidian Citadel.
Oh shit.
A long time ago. And the voice says,
Nope.
I will find you. You do not steal from the old one. I will spend eternity educating you as to the error of your ways. Come to me. The further I chase you, the worse your suffering.
He's out.
Thus ends.
Can we respond? Can he hear us?
You can shout into the void. Nilly, how do you respond to ooze?
Oh, shit. Just that's it. She like puts her necklace down so it's not she alone. She goes, Eat shit!
Thus ends. What is it, episode 18? The Pit of Torment. Woo!
Wow,
You just
I
never
thought-
know what's gonna happen. You just
I feel like
never know. You feel like
But
what?
you know that we
anytime I
killed
give
two
an
episodes,
NPC the
that's
middle
what we
finger,
did.
it's not you. I'm not giving it to you.
I don't think that anybody is flipping me off. That's fine. That's fine. Wow. So
We're fucked.
awesome. Love you guys. And to everybody in chat, thank you for hanging out with us. Especially those of you who are going to join me in just a few moments in our Discord channel. Here's what I'm going to offer you. If you're a subscriber, you join us in our subscriber Discord, I'm going to tell you, and I'm not sure, I may tell the players, yeah, I don't think there's any harm. I'm going to tell you the way I thought tonight was going to go, and the way I thought the rest of the story arc was going to go. I think it's all safe to share because it's not going that way anymore.
It happened.
Be lying.
We fucked that shit up.
Nice, thank you.
There you go.
Oh,
I believe
Buttercup.
this is officially called a Nilly.
Nilly.
Yeah, we're gonna Nilly this. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
Nilly,
this.
you were surrounded by absolute legends. You cast a spell, and
12.
you
6,
cast
12.
a spell, and like, oh my god, these 5 consecutive legendary canon figures. Actually, only 4 of them are canon. 3 of them are canon. Okay, there you go. They all failed their saves, including their wisdom saves, including 2 high priests of Ews whose primary attribute is wisdom. And they all failed.
Well, they all rolled horribly. Like, those were some bad rolls, man.
Yes.
The worst thing about it too is I
Yes.
expected 1 to fail max because I only have a DC 15. I
Yeah.
don't have
Oh my
a DC
God.
15.
Oh my God.
We are oozes SL.
Good.
The money I spent
Oh.
on that hacker for Shane's D20 or roll 20 was totally worth it.
Oh, it was
Oh,
totally
yeah.
worth it. That's
Great.
gonna
Great.
that's gonna
Totally
pay
worth it.
dividends
Totally
for you for years to come. Years to come.
Was it
So,
Russia?
At least one more session.
oh, absolutely. So
Just one more.
we're done.
Are
It's
we
midnight.
raiding?
That's it.
Okay, let's raid. Let's nobody go somewhere so we can actually raid with a good sized group. All right, so don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I'm interested in players looking into, is there somebody that you know and love who is on right now? I know Castle Mac was on, they're not anymore. Is there anybody that we know and love?
I'm going to take a look and see what I got.
I don't
Who
know how
do
to-
we
I don't know how
have?
What?
No, I'm not seeing anybody that we know
Devin
and love.
suggested triangle table.
Triangle table. All right, here we go. Because,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen, when Devin suggests something, your ass better go on do it. So
Devin,
here
this
we
is
With
go.
pleasure.
With
This read.
pleasure, with a smile on your face, /RAID, and spell it triangle table.
Sounds like it's spelled, I think.
Yeah, there
Spelled
we
like
go.
no.
This is Gil the Blacksmith.
There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here for Return to Greyhawk. Check back next week, and I'm going to try before then to figure out what the hell is going on at this adventure. 28 raiders. We're just gonna crush Triangle Table. Thank you all. And when you get over there, do represent. Do let them know that you came from Return to Greyhawk, and give them some love. That's
All
it.
the love.
Woohoo!
See you later, guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
And good night, Greyhawkers. Oh, man. Wow.
I did what I did best.